share red and the shades that come under. They did not use black. I repeat, they did not use black. Here's one. Now, what I'm saying is that we normally today, we don't say cows have hair. We say they have fur or hide. So, in keeping with today's convention, we would say the red furred or the red hide cow. And we can see the color pigmentation that the ancient Egyptian artists used for this cow. So I showed you, and we all know, like everybody knows that if you were to just Google ancient Egyptian art and just look at all the results, you'll see this color dominates your entire computer screen. And I just showed a bunch of examples. We got that. You know, I just went through all these just now. So not to do it again. Everyone knows that. And if you're in denial, if you don't know it or you deny it, then I'll just have to say you're in denial. But here's the thing. Now, here's a question here. On the screen right here, you see an Egyptian male. Let me get my pointer out here. You see an Egyptian male right here. All right. You see two groups of cows. And I say groups because although you see one body of the cow, you see multiple horns and multiple horns. So the artist is trying to say that these are multiple cows side by side, likewise multiple cows side by side. All right. Now, you see two sets of cows. The top cow is black. The bottom cow is red. The question I have now is, when the Egyptians painted their skin color, who does this ancient Egyptian look more like? This cow or this cow? Y'all tell me, the top cow or the bottom cow? The top cow or the bottom cow? The top cow or the bottom cow? Shezmu Patah Amun says both. And see, it's answers like that where I can't take people serious. I really can't take people serious.
See, it's like so easy because you got an Egyptian.
This is where this is what I mean. This is why the conversation is not going to go anywhere with some people, and I'm okay with that, but I can't take. I have to start eliminating people out of the conversation, or that I take serious, and it just has to be that way. No love lost, but I just have to do that. So again, this man's hair on top of his head. Now think of it from an artistic standpoint. Maybe this will help y'all out better, right? Imagine if you are an Egyptian artist, okay? You're a scribe and or artist in ancient Egypt. So close your eyes and picture yourself back in ancient Egyptian times, and you are an Egyptian painter and artist. And your job is to paint the walls of these tombs and temples and everything like that, right? So you're going to get your gear, you can get your tools, you can get all your tools out. You can get all your your brushes, your chisels, excuse me, and all of that good stuff, right? You're going to prepare your colors. You're going to prepare your swatches of colors. and you're going to dip your paintbrush into these colors to paint on the wall. Now, did the artist dip the paintbrush in the same swatch to paint the person's hair and the cow? The answer is yes. This person's hair and this top cow or cows at the top, you as an artist, you would dip your paintbrush in the same swatch that you prepared. You dip, paint, 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 dip again in the same dip, same swatch, paint, 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 paint. Now, you're done with the hair. Now you're going to do the torso of this man and the legs and the arms. But guess what? Are you going to dip that paintbrush in the same swatch that you did for the cow, the top cow? The answer is no. Anybody that says yes, I'm definitely not including you in the conversation ever again. When you want to paint this man's chest, upper body, and legs and arms, you're not going to dip it into the same swatch of paint that you did for his hair or the cows at the top. What you are going to do, you're going to dip it into a different swatch, color swatch, and paint, 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 paint. And then when it comes for you to paint that cow, guess what? The bottom cow, you're going to paint it, you're going to dip it in the same swatch. Paint, 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 paint. These are matching. Not the top, it's the bottom. And my point is to show that this bottom set of cows have been explicitly identified by the ancient Egyptians as of the color desheret. So the skin color that the Egyptians wanted to artistically represent the ancient Egyptians was desheret. Desher, red. And the shades that come under it. They did not use black. I repeat, they did not use black. And remember, because I'm saying this the way I'm saying it for a reason, the dominant artistic canon of the entire country in its entire existence was to paint the ancient Egyptians this reddish color. Yes, you will see representations of people painted black, but that is way less in number when it comes to the entire Egyptian population over the 3,000 years, because I can show you people who were actually painted black. One such person is Ahmose Nefertari. But this is her in her deified form, so it takes on a new meaning. But for the sake of artistic use of colors, she is clearly painted black in this picture. That is black. Her crown, part of her crown, and I don't see if y'all know if y'all can see my cursor very well, but her crown here is desher. Her skin here would be black, Kim, black, Kim. This here, desher, red, desher, red. The cow here, black, Kim, black, Kim. The cows here, desher, red, desher, red. Color of the Egyptians, 90% of all male Egyptians ever painted in Egypt, ever. What color? Desher, red, desher, red. What color is the hair? on his head, Kim, black, Kim, black. And I have to be very, very slow walking it this way because people are making something out of nothing when it's very, very, very simple. And I think a lot of people are simply in their feelings and don't want to just call things what they are for whatever their reasons are. So I'm just pointing this out to everyone that the ancient Egyptians artistically represented themselves visually to the rest of the world. The visitors that came to Egypt, to when they themselves saw their own artwork, and for us today, looking back in the past, looking at the ruins of ancient Egypt today, their intent was for us to see them paint their skin Dashir and not Kim. Dashir and not Kim. I just want everybody to understand that. All this talk about naming themselves after a black bull or cow that betrays what the actual facts on the ground are that you can actually see with your own two eyes. All right. So anyway, I wanted to make that point, and hopefully the point is made. Hopefully everybody understands the point. Now I'm gonna go back up. I'm trying to address uh, a couple of comments I saw. I think Obi made a comment earlier that I wanted to highlight. So I'm paying attention now. So if anybody if you want to repeat a question that I may have missed, but I'm trying to scroll up and catch some of anything that I missed real quick. I want to scroll up. I see somebody asked what time period, and so I missed it. I'm not sure when you said that based on what I was showing, what time period or anything. If you're talking about the pictures that I was going through, I put the time period on the pictures. Like this one's from the fourth dynasty. This person, it's clear. Like see people got to stop playing games, right? And let's just keep it simple. Let's have an adult conversation. Let's keep all the childish stuff, to the wayside a bit, right? Let's be serious for a minute. Even in this picture alone, this picture is coming from an offering scene from the fourth dynasty, Ka Eper. Okay. In this picture, you see that this gentleman is sitting down. He's seated. You see that his hair. Now look at it from an artistic standpoint. As an artist, you see that the artist who painted this, the artist painted the head, the hair, the wig, or the hair as black. That's what we call black today, right? And in the ancient Egyptian language, his hair would be Kim, the color black. Kim, the color black. His exposed skin, which is his arms, shoulders, face, and the legs, even though it's scraped, it's kind of damaged, it's a lot damaged because this whole thing used to be colored. Is not the same color as his hair. So if we're being like just real, we see that those are two separate different colors. And I don't even care what you name the colors. What your eyes are telling you is that his hair is a different color than his body. If you call his hair, if you say his hair is the color of Booga Booga and his body, all I'm saying is that his body can't be Booga Booga as well. So it doesn't matter what you call it. But I'm saying these are two distinct different colors.
Yeah, also just in terms of the time period, just not to confuse the audience. We don't want to have any insinuation that would say that painting in the using the color dasher uh uh is was done at certain time periods and not other time periods. So we don't
Well,
want
that's
to
what I was
confuse
getting.
people. That yeah.
Okay, great. Because that's what I was getting to. This is the fourth dynasty because all the pictures I showed, I'm walking through the dynasties. And maybe, excuse me, maybe I'll do a show or I'll record a video. I don't have to do it live. I'll record a video walking through the dynasties at the artwork. Now, I would hope that people could do that on their own because all you have to do is you can Google ancient Egyptian artwork and then just go through the chronological timeline. Start at the earliest artwork you could find. For example, here's the fourth dynasty. Here's the fourth dynasty example. This person's head of hair or wig is black, Kim. His body is not that color. This is the fifth dynasty, so I'm going from the fourth. Now we're in the fifth dynasty. This is also the fifth dynasty. All right. And look at the contrast right here. Just let me put an arrow right here. Look at the contrast right here. Look at these individual men and look at the cow was cut off. I don't know if it's a cow or a bull, but look at this bovine animal's color. It's it's completely different than the individuals. Their hair is the same color as this animal, but not their skin. And I can't emphasize that enough. Go over to the sixth dynasty. So we're moving up in dynasty, sixth dynasty. We got the sixth dynasty again. We got the sixth dynasty again. We got the seventh dynasty. We got the seventh through 11th dynasty again here. Moving on up, going up. Seventh dynasty. All these through the seventh dynasty. Look, the share all day long. All day long. In terms of the paint that they're using for their body, their exposed body parts. Mentuhotep, 11th dynasty. And what's interesting about Mentuhotep, though, is Mentuhotep, a lot of people like to show the statue of Mentuhotep where he's painted black. But they skip over, they show you that as if this one don't exist. Now, either Mentuhotep took a vacation, went on the beach, and soaked under the sun for a long time, or the statue of him being black means something different. It wasn't, the Egyptians was not trying to emphasize, hey, King Mentuhotep was black. Hey, everybody, he was pitch black. That's not what's being conveyed here at all. All right. But still, you could walk down. This is the 12th dynasty example. And I want to take a note, an artistic note for you all, because when you do research, you're going to find this. I want you to notice that, I don't know if you can see it well on the screen as I can, because I'm looking at this directly, but every other individual is painted the same, and then the other individuals in between. So this person is painted with the same pigment as you got skip one, this person, and then the men in the middle of those two are painted the same. So these two match, and then these three match. Now, the question that I've been asked in the past, because this is like my 20th millionth time showing these slides and explaining this stuff over the last 12 years, 10 years or whatever. But the reason why that is the ancient Egyptian artwork, they slightly altered every other figure when they wanted to represent a multitude in a scene. So be it animals or people, when they do this, when they have people close together or animals close together, and they slightly alternate the color like that, the message they're conveying is that this is a multitude of people. So instead of drawing 1,000 people doing something, they'll draw 3 people, but alternate their color slightly like that to let you know that, hey, it is 1,000. It's a multitude of people. It's a lot of people doing whatever. Cause remember, wall space was limited. They're not gonna draw 1,000 figures if they're trying to convey something. All right, so just keep that in mind. That's just a little sidebar. Then keep on going. This is the 18th dynasty. We jump into the 18th dynasty. We got the 19th dynasty. This is Seti the First. Desher all day long. 20th dynasty. And Her Ka'u. We have the 20th dynasty, Ramses the Third, and so on. So when people say what time period, I'm just going back over that to satisfy that question that I saw in the chat when people were asking basically what time period, etc. So just wanted to if that was what was being asked. Yes, Sat 12 said it's interesting how they didn't identify the other cows. They did identify them, but they didn't identify them with properties of how they look. So you're that's correct, and to an extent. So the correct thing is, yes, they did identify the cows because they tell you what the cow represents and everything like that. But I know what you mean. They didn't describe the cow itself for all of them. Yeah, and you're right. They didn't. All right. um and Sawa said, are we jumping time periods? Yeah, I'm showing through the time periods, the different things. Let's see, keep going through. Say Kemet was a black lad. Sorry. Kemet was a black lad. But let me put this thing back up because I listen, because I know people are gonna I know there are gonna be someone out there is gonna take this video and sound bite it or clip it or whatever. But I just want to point out that the ancient Egyptians clearly and consistently painted in terms of artistic representation, which is a very big thing, how the world should see you. They painted the men in ancient Egypt red, a shade of red, not black. What I'm showing on the screen again is the difference between Kim and Desher. And the question is, at least in this picture right here, the Egyptian you see in this picture, is he Kim or is he Desher in terms of visual appearance? And you have to agree that this Egyptian, from an artistic standpoint, the artist was painting this Egyptian the same color they painted that bottom cow or that bottom set of cows. That bottom set of cows is identified by the ancient Egyptians as being desher, red. This text here literally tells you that this cow right here is the red-haired one. Greatly beloved, whose hair was made red. You have Desheret, Shin, or Shinu. Now, hair, like our word for rice, because hair has a lot of, like when you say hair, we normally don't put hair in the plural, even when we discuss it. We don't say cut my hairs. Like you go to the barber shop, you say, I need a hair's cut. You say, I need a haircut. And when the barber actually cuts your hair, they're not cutting a single hair. They're cutting the totality of your hairs, all the hairs on your head. we put that together. It's called, it's a what do we call it? A mass noun. And same thing we do with rice. We say, can you give me a bowl of rice? And you don't expect one rice grain in there. Same thing with sand. Sand on the beach, we don't say sands. Talking about each grain, we say sand. So hair. So this is why you hear me say shin or shinu, because depends on who you talk to. Some people will say shinu, some people will say shin, with that understanding of hair. All right. But we know that cows, we don't say cows have hair. We say cows have fur or hide, So anyway, I'm just pointing that out. And this should be clear to y'all. So, I'm gonna stop. Like I said, I put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to have any comments, by all means, do so. Let's see, Obi. This is an older comment. Emicat, I'm specifically talking about the place named Kemet. I wouldn't say it means black skinned Egyptians. It's more religious, saying that they are the black divine herd, not them saying their skin was black. Yeah, but Obi, that's your prerogative to do so, and that's what a few people are doing. People who are trying to advocate that the Egyptians were inspired to name their country after um, either their skin color or a black divine herd.
Yeah, I
And
was. Oh, go
that
ahead.
no, go ahead. People are saying that, but it's not being demonstrated at all. It's just people are just talking. That's just what somebody wish it was, and that's
It's
just
not.
not the case.
I was just trying to come through and conversate with Obi, just to figure out where the misunderstanding is going on. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Obi, I think people just don't understand what toponyms are, because it, he, Obi was saying, well, it's a toponym that is a type of, and there is not like a type of. Toponyms are place names. So when you're talking about type of, and there's a different type that points to geography, and there's a different type that describes skin color, you are totally misusing toponyms, or what a place name is. So we do know that Kemet is not a person, it's not a group of people. Kemet is a place. When we're talking about Kemet, or we're talking about Tawi, Samatawi, or Henu, or Idebui, we are talking about the place, ancient Egypt as it was, and the place now that is, modernly known as Egypt. It's a place. It's not a people, or a person. So Egyptology is not the study of a person. It's, we're studying everything that went on in that geographic location. So it's a toponym, and there is no types of, just to make it very, very, very clear. So I think that's where you have it a little messed up for yourself.
Yes, and we gave lessons on toponymy. And I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face. People really are sleeping on our archive of videos, and we're stepping it up by putting timestamps within the videos in the description, so you can click to go to specific points in the videos. Because granted, some of our videos are long, and I can't be mad if anybody don't want to watch a 10-hour video, but we're chopping them up. So spend some time on our videos. We have a whole show on a few shows on toponymy, on demonyms, toponyms, ethnonyms, and etc. So we've gone in detail. I'm using this. I'm taking advantage of this freestyle session. Somebody else on the panel. Ra Sun is on the panel. So peace,
Peace, brother.
peace.
Peace, brother.
All right, all right. I want to quickly address this, because this I was getting ready to share before. Kevin is quoting. He said, "Pepe Kim." On that point, I want to show people, anybody that brings up Pepe Kim real quick. I just want to share something. Let's see if I can get it on the screen here. This is something quick. A quick share. Move that comment. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this is speaking about Neok Pepi Kim, and I want you everybody to understand this footnote. Without me going into detail, this should be sufficient enough just to just so you all can keep in mind that when it comes to Neok Pepi Kim and those people that are named that have Kim in their epithets and their titles and our names, these good names and stuff like that, it's only for really a short, very short period of time that a group of people that had the title Kim attached to their name or what have you. And this is coming from okay, on this slide I don't have the beginning of the book to tell you which book this is from, and I'll have to promise you that I will get that to you another time because I'm trying to be quick and I only have this available right this second. But this is a footnote speaking about Neok Pepi Kim, and it says there was another son called Neok Pepi with the good name of Hepi the Red. So we have Hepi the Share and we have Hepi Kim. So see how you see over here you said Hepi Kim, and the usual translation of that, or the rendition I should say of that, because they don't translate it, because they don't translate Hepi. They just bring it straight over because that's Hepi literally, HPI, Hepi, and then Kim. So they leave Hepi untranslated, but then they translate the Kim as black. But they say Hepi the black. But over here they have Hepi the red. So in Egyptian text, you will see Hepi the Share, and you also see Hepi Kim. All right, but it goes on to say that the modern Egyptians employed similar attributes to distinguish two relatives or companions of the same name. And they say, thus, of the two Muhammads, one may be known as El Abyad, the white, and the other one will be El Azraq, the dark. Even though they're not literally white or black, they're not trying to describe skin color, literally. So I just want to put that out there for those who are familiar with the name Pepi Kim being brought up in these conversations, wherever that may be. So I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna go through the comments. I'm gonna keep going through the comments.
All right, where my boy Thunder? You ready to kick your show off, my brother? You gonna start some problems today? I think your mic is off, or I don't know. I can't hear you properly. I don't know what you did, man. The Most High silenced you, bro. You know what I like about Thunder, man? Thunder will hold a position just to start shit. I love that about Thunder, man. I love that. And niggas be mad at me, think, yo, why you got Thunder on the show? I'm like, yo, without Thunder, the show is no fun. He's the man, yo. And you know what, though? It takes somebody who is real to listen to somebody they disagree with anyway. So if you listening to Thunder and get mad, you the problem. He's not the problem. So if he's pseudo, he's pseudo. Why would you? That's like somebody telling me they saw Clyde Winters recently. I don't care. If you don't want to accept Clyde Winters, you don't accept Clyde Winters. No big deal. Most silence you, bro. You want to jump off and jump back on? I think I heard you. Say something again. I think the people like you like that, man. They can't hear you. I think they like you like that. I think they like Thunder like that, man. But in the meantime, I see my brother Sabio in the chat, man. Let's look at the word Desheret on the Wikipedia right here, man. We get too sensitive, man. Desheret, Desher. If the Egyptians want to use Desher as a sign of their skin tone, that's all. And so it is what it is, man. But what I do want to talk about That's very interesting. If you notice, right, where's I need something here. What am I looking for again? Oh, this is what I'm looking for. All right, here we go. Remember when I brought this up? I want to show y'all something carefully. I'm going to share this on the screen before my brother come on, right? You see, remember when I told y'all I got him? Everything falls into place, man. Everything falls into place. See, remember when I told y'all I got him? Yeah, everything falls into place, man. Turn that down, turn that down, turn that down. You got your YouTube on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good. Unfortunately, yes, you're good. I think you're kind of low, though. You sound kind of low.
Oh, all right.
All right. Now watch this, family.
I'm going to start hollering probably later on, so I just stay low.
All right. So watch this. So this is where the whole seated man and the 3 strokes is, right? So we see it in column 2. No, not part 2. We see it right here. Right? Line 4. In the presence rejoice, for you have enlarged their shares. How the Egyptians rejoice at your strong arm, for you have protected their traditions. I think this is the one that's reconstructed, right? I'm not going to pay that no mind. But let's go to the one where Smash is, and he came on my channel, I think last week or the week before. And let's deal with the Kemet that's right here. And let's deal with the Kemet that's right here. Now, let me ask my brother, my great brother Thunder, to read this for us. You're going to read you're going to read the whole thing. Read the whole thing for the audience.
He has come to us, grasping the land of Upper Egypt. The double crown has joined his head. He has come. He has united the 2 lands.
Stop right there. Stop right there. If you notice a while ago, family, I showed Desheret, right? Desheret is right here. What Desheret, red one, was the red crown of Lower Egypt. When combined with the Hejet, the white crown of Upper Egypt, it forms the double crown. So now, what is this talking about right here? It's talking about the red lands and the black lands. I'm not putting no words in nobody's mouth. So go ahead, read it again, bro.
All right. He has come to us, grasping the land of Upper Egypt. The double crown has joined his head. He has come. He has united the 2 lands.
Hold on. He has united the what?
The 2 lands.
All right. Continue.
He has merged the reed with the bee. He has come. He has ruled the black land.
Stop right there. Now, this is where the Kemet with the 2 seated men with the 3 sticks at the bottom is. So they translate it here as the black land. Why? So continue now. He has ruled the black land, and what else?
He has placed the red land in its midst. He has come. He has protected the 2 lands.
Okay. So now we have evidence that it says the 2 lands, it says the red land, and they translated the other one as the black land. Now, he has ruled the black people. Does that make sense, Thunder? Or does it make sense he's talking about the 2 lands in the second sentence, and it makes sense to use the black land and the red land and talk about the 2 lands at the next step? What makes sense to you, honestly, Thunder?
He has ruled the black land. He has placed the red land in its midst. He has protected the 2 lands. He has calmed the 2 riverbanks. All right. In this case, syntax would have to, you have to conclude that he's talking about a land mass and not a group of people.
Okay. All right. Now, he has come. He has given Egypt life. He has dispelled. Hold on 1 second, fam.
He has come. He has given Egypt life. He has dispelled her woes. He has come. He has given the nobles life. He has given breath to the throats of the people.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
He has come. He has given Egypt life. He has given black people life. He has given black people. He has dispelled her woes. What makes the most sense to you, my brother? Because you are the most balanced person in the community. You're not taking any side. You piss everybody off. So what makes more sense? He has come. He has given black people. He has dispelled her woe. This is what they're saying. It means black people right here and black people in the third. The third line is a dead in the water. We know it don't mean black people. So what happened is when people say KMT, they say, oh, that means black people because it has a. People got to understand the syntax. I'm not even getting into that. That's what
Well, you can cut straight to the chase because the her, when we really talking about land masses or even Earth in general, we usually apply the feminine to it. So you have mother nature, you have mother Russia, the motherland, etc., etc. So when you see the her, he has to spell her woes in reference to Egypt. It's not talking about a person. It's talking. I would believe that they're talking about the land that is Egypt.
Now, Chef Ren is just trolling all over, man. I don't know which one to post when he fought. But the point is, this is what they're saying, though. This is their whole argument, bro.
Syntax would argue against that, though.
Who?
Syntax
would argue against what? That it says the black people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use it right there.
Yeah, because it's talking about, it tells you he has united the two lands. What are the two lands? The black land and the red land. So it makes sense that the person translated as black land because they have a hint at the end right here. It says red land, and then the next sentence tell you about the two lands. Now he has calmed the two riverbanks. Hey, he has calmed the two riparians. Ha 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 ha, Jeffrey. Oh man, let me get this off the screen though. Let's get to Didddy, man. If anybody want to jump on, by the way, we're about to talk about is Didddy, and I spell it with 3 D's on purpose. Is Didddy the norm in pop culture? Is what he's doing the norm? Because when I saw the video, you saw the video, Thunder?
I did.
Oh man, bro. The first person came to mind was guess who? Just guess.
Ike Turner.
Ike Turner. So look when Ike Turner supposedly did this to Tina Turner in the 60s. So I said to myself, is Diddy the norm in pop culture? Is he the norm?
No.
Now we got a debate. Now we got a debate.
I think he is.
You think they set him up? You think he's an anomaly?
Not anomaly, but he's the norm.
Bill Cosby. R. Kelly.
No, R. Kelly's not been accused of any such.
R. Kelly.
Bill Cosby has not been accused.
With young girls that was 14, eating them out of videos.
He did not beat nobody in no video or no kind of way. Period.
Yo, you know,
that's one.
Hang out because I was doing security.
Bill Cosby has never been accused of being of domestic violence. No. So that's why I was saying
of abusing women though sexually.
He's been accused.
Went to jail for it.
But that ain't even. But
is that the norm though? Is that what we see with white folks and try to adopt it? Is this what Rock Hudson used to do in the 70s when he used to go to Jamaica and drug these women and go there with I forgot what the other guy's name was. They have a little island and all these homosexual.
Well, guys. You're conflating two things. You're conflating sexual abuse with domestic violence.
You don't think that's sexual abuse what he was doing to Cassie? You don't think he was sexually abusing her? Having her call and get guys with this size penises and say,
we don't have no proof for that. We don't have no proof. I'm talking about the video.
He's allegedly.
Allegedly, all those things happen. But in that video, I do not believe that's the norm. No.
You don't think that's the norm with what? Pop culture? You've never heard James Brown. You've never heard pop artists, black artists who have made it doing these type of things? You've never heard that before?
You said norm. You
The
could
norm
count
is-
on.
It's the norm with white or black. I'm not even picking a color as far as the color spectrum of how we
Say
do it.
Bob Marley put his hands on women.
Hell yeah, I think Bob may have done that. Hey, you watch the movie? What happened in the movie?
I didn't
Did
watch
he have
it.
to beat? Didn't he beat Rita up one time or something? I don't know. Did he beat her up?
Did he? I don't know. I didn't
I
watch
gotta
it.
go back and watch the movie.
Yeah. Listen, we nah. I'm gonna say Diddy.
Bobby Brown, Akili Negus, Bobby Brown,
Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown. I don't think was accused of
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
physical abuse.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Will Smith ain't been accused of
No, we
abuse.
talking about what Jada did to him because he's obviously been abused.
Jada Smith has not been accused of domestic violence.
Allegedly, family, allegedly.
None of
Elvis
these
Presley?
people have been
Elvis Presley. What about Elvis Presley? He was accused.
of domestic violence.
Yes.
Nah.
What about Chris Brown with Rihanna?
Now Rihanna, yeah, that was domestic violence. So that's my point. It ain't. Nah.
I ain't never heard of Usher before. Maybe I don't know.
No, not no Usher Raymond. No.
We heard of Bobby Brown. We heard
You ain't heard of Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown ain't put no hands on Whitney.
New Edition members when in the story that they was telling about their life. They talked about abusing their women and all that stuff.
Oh, I never
It
heard
seems
of
like it's the norm, bro.
I'm finna go with norm.
It's the
No.
norm. All these guys get large and it'll start abusing these women, man. It's sad, man. And there's nobody to speak out for the woman because they look at it as an opportunity to be with somebody who's a multimillionaire and they support the shit, man. He used to beat up, he used to beat up Kim Porter and all that stuff. Now we gotta look back on her death. That's
Man,
crazy.
you don't speak on. You can't speak for these women, man. You can't.
Why?
Do that,
I'm not speaking for. So what are you trying to say? These women are lying?
No, I'm saying. You say you don't have anybody speaking up for the women. You can't speak up for the women.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say because when. And by the way, too, I gotta say this disclaimer: in Jamaica, we got a rules. Leave people business alone.
There you go. You can't do that, bro.
You want the woman break up, and even when me and Sanada was dealing with each other, every time he asked me about his woman or so-called woman, I would tell him, bro, I'm not getting in that because if I tell you something and you go back to her, you're gonna be in the bedroom with her having bedroom pillow talk. Yeah, man, Golfy told me to leave you alone. I'm not doing that with no man and no woman because that's what happened. They get back together, and then you look like an idiot trying to help the brother or help the woman to get out of the relationship. So when these women get abused, when she ran away to that dude, right? I remember the dude had a lot to say because he must have heard stories that Cassie told him. So that's what happened. So with Cassie now, you might say, well, I feel this way, I want to stand up. And then guess what? They end up going back to the person who is abusing them. And again, you're in the middle of a relationship that you shouldn't even be involved with.
Listen, well, that's true. Again, yeah, I agree with that. That's why you stay out of it. But I'm gonna say this, man. I hear everybody, but I can't rock all the way out because we got Dana White. We got a lot of videos out there with guys abusing women, and they ain't getting drugged through the mud like P. Diddy is.
But not about that though. You see, that's a cop out, bro.
It slightly is. It's in the back of my mind, right? I just remember Dana White slapping the crap out of his wife, and that nigga still promote. We finna counsel Puffy. We finna counsel Puff. Dana White still making billions. That's it's a little rough.
I did this. This was something I was supposed to do a couple years ago on HOK, right? Never got the chance to do it. It was about different abuses by a woman and abuse. So why battered women stay in relationships? I just want to
hold on before you do it, because this might be a sensitive subject. Did you get the before you go to the first slide? Did you get firsthand testimony from some women that you knew that was in an abusive relationship, or are you doing the mansplaining? You going from a man point?
Nah, this is actually all right. Years ago, I used to be in social work. I was a social worker. So what happened is there's a lot of courses you got to take. So some of this stuff that I have in here is statistics based, and it's talking about men being abused and women being abused. Not only women, it's talking about men too. So it's both sides. But this is just a part in the presentation that I wanted to pay attention to. Say why battered women stay in abusive relationships. So why did Cassie? Why did Tina Turner? Why did all these women who were abused stay in these relationships at the time? I don't know. Maybe they thought it was the norm. I remember when I was in a school setting, and this lady said, "Mom, my man beat me because he loves me." I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? That's nuts. So now with Dana White wife, I don't know, man. I don't know.
He said, all right, Ari Ryder say, and he got a point. Dana White wives hit him and he hit her back, right? You can do that. Maybe it is a false comparison to a certain extent. I ain't tripping. But I am saying that is the first thing that come up.
Yeah, there's other way. What we're saying, me and Thunder, is that there are better ways to deal with things than beating a woman. There are better ways to do it. But let's take a look at this right here. I'm going to make this larger. Hold on a minute. How do I make this larger? Enter full screen. Oh, okay. I got to bring this down. All right. So why battered women stay in an abusive relationship? On the surface, it seems hard to imagine why any woman would remain in an abusive relationship beyond the first time being hit by a partner, much less for years of abuse. Many women stay with the abuser for various and common reasons. According to Lenora Walker's cycle theory of violence, or tension reduction theory, there are three specific phases that exist in a recurrent cycle of abuse: tension building, the acute battering incident, and loving contrition. The tension building stage, but let me skip all of that. The expert people could screenshot this and read it on their own time. Experts have found that women typically chose to stay in abusive relationships based on a number of serious factors and reasons, such as fear of the abusive mate being humiliated, exposed, left alone, finances, loss of income, the house, standard of living, children, losing financial support, children's safety threatened, social stigma, shame, embarrassment, being labeled, self-blame for causing the abuse to occur, role expectations, accepting abuse as normal in a relationship, history of abuse, victims of child abuse are in a previous abusive relationship, belief that the batterer will change, accepts his sorrow for abuse, and promises it will not happen again, and to get counseling, isolation. Abusive mate has isolated victim, leaving her without support system. Rejection by society, fear that no one will believe the abuse occurred, often because of the abuser's charms, denials, and stature in society. Dangerous consequences, legitimate fear of being severely injured or killed by batterer. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, so that's my point. So when I say, unless it's my sister or somebody, I'm real close with, yeah, a lot of that stuff, I think it's in your best interest, everybody's best interest, stay out of it, because like you said, you don't know why she's still there. Most of the time it's going to be fine. Most of the time it's going to be fear, and then the rest of the time it's going to be probably finance. It's just it's a lot, man.
Do you fit the description of a controller or abuser? And this answer these questions honestly. Do you ever embarrass, make sarcastic remarks, or fun of your spouse in front of your friends or family? Do you ever put down your spouse's accomplishments or goals? Do you demonstrate extreme jealousy? Do you make your spouse feel unable to make decisions? Do you yell at her or him, let your temper get out of control? Do you use intimidation or threats to gain compliance? Do you tell her or him that she or he is nothing without you? Do you show cruelty to animals? Do you blame her or him for how you feel or act? Do you call her or him several times a night or show up to make sure she or he is where she or he said she or he would be? Do you use drugs or whatever? Do you prevent her or him from doing things she wants, like spending time with her friends or family? Do you pressure them sexually for things they are not ready for? Do you treat them roughly, grab, push, pinch, shove, or hit them? Do you make them feel like there's no way out of a relationship? Do you try to keep him or her from leaving after a fight or leave him or her somewhere after a fight to teach him a lesson? What do you think about all of that, bro?
A lot of good questions. A lot of good questions there.
Y'all could screenshot these, man. So when y'all rewatching the show, y'all.
Now, I don't think that though all those if you answer yes to 1 or 2 out of 15, I don't think that makes you
look at what it says. If you have checked any of the symptoms in all the questions 15s above, you have the characteristics of a controller. If you check any of the symptoms, you fit the description of a batterer abuser with severe anger and control issues.
Oh, so no, that's a faulty premise. That's hugely faulty.
What skill?
Just because you have a character trait that might lend to that doesn't mean that you're a control freak. They're tripping on that one.
This is a chart: physical violence, abuse, and power and control. One of the parts that people might not think about is using economic abuse, preventing her from getting or keeping a job, making her ask for money, not letting her know about or have access to the family income, taking her money, giving her an allowance. That's considered economic abuse.
That's retarded. when you do the allowance thing, is usually that's my point. This is very flawed. I get it, but I will offer the argument that when you're talking about an allowance,
you sound like an abuser control freak.
You may have a wife or a girlfriend that is irresponsible with money, right? Or doesn't have the respect for earned income. So when you do when you go that route, yeah, you're just trying to preserve income. You're not trying to control. Nah. It's two sides of that coin.
All right. Using children, minimizing, denying blame, using isolation, controlling what she does, who she sees, who she talks to, what she reads, where she goes, limiting her outside involvement, using jealousy to justify actions. Using emotional abuse, putting her down, calling her names, making her think she's crazy, making her feel bad about herself, playing mind games, humiliating her, making her feel guilty.
The reason why I gotta keep no, go back.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a him instead of a her with all those joints right there, man, you gonna describe darn near 75% of women on earth.
I hear you.
Using coercion or threats. How many times men out there want to go see their kids or want to spend time with their kids and their baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Fill in the blank. Using intimidation. How many times you done seen women turn up in public? Dan, you can't do that. You can't make that controlling, man. Like I say, this chart using minimizing, denying, blaming. What woman don't do that on this planet? Shift the responsibility for abusive behavior. What woman have y'all ever met in your life that don't do that right there? Come on, man. This is quite flawed, in my opinion.
Using
Playing
code.
mind games. Women don't play mind games. Women don't make you feel.
Nobody's saying men or women don't do anything.
Yeah,
though.
that's
Showing you a power and control.
I'm
For
saying
this is not just for women. It's also for men. So it's not just about her or whatever.
I'm
but it's
looking at her. I don't see him, and what I'm saying is, if making him feel guilty. Come on, man. How many women don't make your men?
Nobody's saying no woman does.
I'm saying women do everything in this box.
Women, I think men and women do everything that's here in the boxes. I think the more we read, we realize that we fit inside of a box that we're probably not aware of. So
how many women destroyed your property? You ever had a woman destroy your property?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, this is 75 to 85% of every woman that's ever been born, man.
Human beings. So why are you getting so sensitive? It's just a reality.
No, I don't believe it. No, I'm saying I don't believe it's
this is the
a
equality
controlling person.
All right, let's see what you think about the equality chart. Non-violence. This is more of an equality chart. You have respect, listening to her non-judgmentally, being emotional, affirming and understanding, valuing opinions, trust and support, supporting her goals in life, respecting her right to her own feelings, friends, activities, and opinions, honesty and accountability, accepting responsibility for self, acknowledging past use of violence, admitting being wrong, communicating openly and truthfully. That part needs to be a part of this conscious community, accepting responsibility and accepting being wrong.
You know some women that do any of this stuff right here?
If I know any woman, yes.
How many women?
I know a lot of women that would love this chart. This is a beautiful chart. Screenshot this chart, family. This is
this chart, and every woman in the chat,
beautiful chart.
Apply that to you and see which one of y'all check out these boxes.
Economic partnership, making money decisions together, making sure both partners benefit from financial arrangements, shared responsibility, mutually agreeing on a fair distribution of work, making family decisions together, negotiation and fairness, seeking mutually satisfying resolutions to conflict, accepting change, being willing to compromise, non-threatening behavior, talking and acting so that she feels safe and comfortable, expressing herself and doing things. It's an equality chart for men and women. It's talking about economic partnership, shared responsibility, responsible parenting, honesty and accountability, trust and support, respect, non-threatening behavior, negotiation and fairness. This is a beautiful equality chart.
It is very beautiful, a very beautiful chart if it applied to women too.
Oh man, yo, where did your woman hated ass from?
That's when I say it's beautiful. It ain't no hymns up there, bro. Where the hymns at? They are all heard. What woman you know?
Wait for the sports show. We don't need you in this conversation.
All right. Okay.
Top man, who fights the intruder? The woman you want. So you expect the woman to fight the intruder? So you're trying to say, come on, man. He's like,
hey, come on to Panama, and let's see if she's reasonable. Let's see if you agree if women do any of these things that Garfield put up there. We can start with that one. Come on the panel, Mo. Please come on the panel. And I want to, from a woman perspective, what woman that's ever lived do any of them things right there? I ain't never seen one. I ain't never seen it. Maybe it's me though. And if it's me, it's cool.
Female intimate murder victims by type of relationship to intimate, 1976 to 1996. Killed by ex-husband, 5% of the women. This is the 31,000 victims. Killed by husband, 63%. Killed by non-marital intimate person, 32%.
I think I agree with that one though.
Yeah, abuse in our community. Let's talk about it. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me find this other chart. Male intimate murder victims. Because I don't want you to think it's all about the men alone. This should make you happy.
Thank you.
It's anti-woman sentiment. This is over 20,000 victims.
It's equality sentiment.
62% were killed by their wife.
Yes.
4% was killed by the ex-wife.
Yes.
And 34% killed by non-marital intimate individuals.
Almost identical. That's my point. That's my point. Almost identical. That's all I'm saying.
So it seems like that the spouse is the #1 killer.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a real banger for marriage, huh? Oh man. Battered woman. All right, I'm out of here with this, man. I think we talked long enough about this right here.
Did you hear the young lady on the presentation say that she's still using the toponym and said it don't apply to the people? You heard her say that?
Who said that?
The lady you played on the video.
What video?
The one you just played with your boy.
Which I was MCAT. He said she's saying that the toponym what?
She said she used the same argument as the toponym and don't describe the people.
Yeah.
And that's whoever, I don't know who she is, but that's who he put up there and said that. But you got a SAR yesterday say, no, there are times in which Kemet does refer to the people, bro. And that was my whole argument. And I don't know why they argue me up and down. I think y'all trying to hide that. I think they're trying to hide that from this argument. And this, I understand the war that we in.
Like Charles Barkley.
I understand the war we in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to hide little stuff that's going to, go against your argument. I get it.
All right. So anything else you want to talk about with Didddy and the Norm?
Didddy, his apology was that was tough to hear, man. That was tough to hear. That was tough for me to hear him apologize after the fact, after the video. You apologize after you do it, I can roll with you, right? Any man apologize, I'm gonna forgive you every time. But man, you apologizing. That happened in 2016. You apologize 7 years later after the video come out, bro. That's horrible, man.
Well, he didn't know the video would come out.
Oh, that's my point. That's why I can't listen to his apology, because he apologized because I believe he apologized because the video came out, compared to apologizing because he did something wrong and he's actually sorry. So it's a lot. It's a lot with this guy, man, and I can't wish him well, man. That's for sure. I can't wish that guy well at all. You got to forgive him, but I can't wish him well. If he went to jail for like R. Kelly, man, I'm gonna throw a party. I'm good. That's tough. That was a tough video, man. That reminded me of like Ray Rice and all them boys.
Yeah, it's I don't know what to say.
Man, when you push up on a woman, dog, it's amount of respect that you can't get that back from me. You can't push up on no chick, man. Nah, bro. I take that back. You can push up on a chick after you push up on somebody your own size or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You push up on somebody your size, then I might holler at you. But other than that, nah, bro. Puff got to get that work. He said he the same. I put him right there with your boy, polite and all that. Man, you got to get that work, man. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Imagine how many girls going through that though, right now. Yeah, right in this community, man. How many chicks done went through that?
It's sad though. It's definitely sad.
Yeah.
Trying to find this video.
I agree with pure black. Yeah, I've seen that in real life. I've seen women get knocked unconscious.
Yeah, Michelle A talked about how I don't know how she ended up getting pregnant for Suge Knight, and she was with Dr. Dre the whole time, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, you know how. Same way Drake and Lil Wayne. Drake screwed Lil Wayne girl.
I ain't know about all of that part. What's up, Kyle?
You ain't know about that?
Man. Ooh, what's up, Garfield?
What's up, King?
Man, the Diddy situation, man, they really got me feeling some kind of way, man. So from the information that has come across me, and I've said this a few times that I was part of the music business before. I've had people who had some crazy allegations against Diddy, and now everything that they're saying is very, very true. The worst part of it is the fact that you bring a woman in your life and you prostitute her out to other people for your gain. Like that's sick, man. And like these type of people need to be eradicated from the community. And in due time, I get that, but like I can't even understand like how Cassie's parents and cousins and brothers, and if she got whatever, what I'm saying, would feel about that, because like that's just crazy, man. You making this woman do sexual favors for you for other people so you can get business deals. Like,
Man, you could leave, man.
now, you see what happened when she trying to leave, Thunder? Like, come on, man.
No,
Like,
I'm talking about way before that.
this 8 years ago. So how far away do she need to like that now? What we're doing, Thunder, what you just did was victim shaming and victim blaming the person for being in the messed up situation. Like you
You
can't
got
never
to.
you have to.
I think that's fair.
Is is Are you saying it's fair to blame the victims of sexual predators that took
No,
advantage of
I
them?
think
No,
it's
that's
fair.
that's what I just explained, Thunder.
Let me clarify. I think it's fair to blame them if they remain in that situation. So that's what I'm saying. Now
And
I can't blame you for getting your butt whooped. I do blame you if you get your butt whooped and you stay there.
yeah, but we all just saw as a clear example of what happened when she tried to leave. She got her butt whooped again. And
Mhm.
so for this woman who's afraid for her life, clearly, who's been manipulated mentally, physically, and all of those things above
Yeah.
by a man who felt some type of way, he was on a power trip and thought that he controlled her, and was like, okay, the same thing that you're saying, Thunder, is the same reason why white people be like, well, or Kanye West said, well, you had a choice. Sometimes the
Yeah.
repercussions of making that decision are so overwhelming to a person's mindset and well-being that they can't even conceive that choice. And for that young lady that was getting beat down, they didn't even rebut the shit. They cut the check immediately. And what I'm saying is that we have to be more sensitive to the victims in these situations, because we have a clear example of men that take their positions of authority, they run with them, they get on ego trips, and they abuse their perceived positions of power and take advantage of people. And that's wrong on multiple levels, and there is no defense for that.
I disagree with you, because if it was my sister and I put it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's bring it to R. Kelly, right? Where R. Kelly was doing what he was doing with them chicks. Those chicks' family told them for years to leave, get up out of there. Those chicks said no and stayed there. At that point, if I'm the family member that's trying to tell you, hey man, you need to get up out of there, and you stay, at what point do I wipe my hands of that and say, okay, whatever happened, happened? Because we told you to leave. That's my point.
No, I understand what you're saying. I just don't agree with that type of mentality.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like, I personally have kids. I have a beautiful young daughter myself, and if she was in that situation, I can't even express to y'all how I would react, because it's inconceivable to me to even have that situation. And if the males that are listening to this conversation have young daughters, and you agree with Thunder, then I don't understand how good of a parent that you really can possibly be to raise young ladies and have that type of mentality. Now, if you got a bunch of little boys, that's one thing. But once you change your perspective and have to identify with protecting the women instead of being the people who have always been the people who historically have taken advantage of femininity and that status, then it changes your mentality and your worldview. I may not be articulating that correctly, but
I
I think
think
that
you're misrepresenting with us, and I think you're doing it on purpose at this point. I don't know
what?
what you're doing right now, right?
No,
So
I'm not. I'm not.
let's
I'm
go
not.
with Tuck My Eye. Tuck My Eye said you failed if she's in that situation, right? That is what I'm saying. If my daughter
Mhm.
is in a
Hold
situation,
on, Tony, before you say anything. Hold on. Like, why y'all letting Ari troll? Look at what yo, Ari is nuts today, man. Who's trolling?
if your daughter's in that situation, if your daughter's in that situation in the first place, your daughter, I wouldn't allow my daughter to be in that situation. So again,
Yes.
I'm under the impression that you're misrepresenting what I'm saying on purpose at this point. So let me restate it. When you say you're a father of a daughter and we have to protect women, that is my point.
Yeah.
My
And
point
so
is we should be protecting them. They shouldn't even have the freedom to stay in that situation.
no. No, I understand what you're saying, but what I am saying is that fatherhood is not a test that has an end date to it. It is something that is continuous. So if you have failed at one point of being a father, it doesn't. You don't stop there. It's a continuous journey. It's just like anything else. If you don't do good on Monday, you can do better on Tuesday. And just simply because you did not get to a point where this young lady was okay in this situation, it doesn't change the fact that the next day that you still gonna love her, that you still don't want the best for her. You still don't want to protect this young lady from the the injustice that's happening. And that's what I'm saying, is that her family and friends or whatever that was around her, and that shit don't stop just because she's 18 years old. You want the best for your kids. I got my oldest son right now. He's a junior in college. I talk to him more than right now than I did when he was 16, 17, 15, 13, 7 years old, because he has more things in his life. He has more challenges in his life now. He's trying to understand what it is to be a man now. And these are the more crucial moments in kids' life, when it ain't about changing diapers. It's about changing diapers and being there for them when they are understanding how they need to transition into being themselves. And what I'm saying is, this was a young woman who was dealing with a man that was probably 10 years her senior, that was taking advantage of her and beating her, and she was afraid for her life, bro. Like, if I don't know, maybe I'm just a person, because I got sisters and I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And I respect women on a different level, you know what I'm saying? But this is wrong. And for people
You
to blame,
misrepresenting. You still, I'm saying stuff clearly, but you still keep doing it. I don't know why you keep doing it. That's what I'm saying. Again, I'm saying that the woman should not have been in that situation in the first place.
I'm I'm saying that we already are past that. She is in that situation.
Okay,
And
now what? Does she
and
supposed to stay in that situation?
no, she doesn't. And okay, so
So if
first,
she stays in that situation, then what?
okay, let
Let's
me
start with that. Go ahead.
let's build with you. So if she is in that situation, as a father, I would never want my daughter in that situation. Completely agree with you on that, right?
Good. Okay.
Now if some way in life I have failed my daughter, that she is in that situation, the love that I have for my daughter doesn't cease because she's in a bad situation. My love actually multiplies and magnifies because I want to see her out of that situation.
Okay,
You
but
see
she
what I'm saying?
say I ain't going nowhere. Now
No,
what, Kayette?
no, the reason why she didn't go anywhere because she was in direct fear for her life, and we all are witness to the extreme trauma that she went through trying to leave that situation. And again, this is not a one-off situation. This has been historic in their relationship. Like, now, I'm not saying that I know everything about anybody behind the scenes and bedroom activities, but I'm saying that what we all know, which is out in the public, is that she was in a fear situation for the majority of that relationship, and she wanted to get out, which she finally did. But to get out, she had to go through a lot of sexual and physical abuse. And so, as a father, I would never want to see my daughter in that situation. And but also as a father, I would do everything in my power to get her out that situation. If that makes sense.
All right, here we go. So let me share my screen. I'm not gonna play the video, Garfield, but this is for just for reference. I'm not gonna play it, but right there, right where you got rainwater. That's what you call it, folks. Well, he asked where was Cassie's parents to protect her. This is what I'm saying, my brother. This is the sentiment that I am saying. If my daughter, my sister, which is a person, the only person I kill you over, is my sister. That's any human on the planet. If she's in a position where she's getting abused, there would not be she wouldn't have the opportunity to remain in that relationship. There is no way we're not going to have a back and forth. At that point, I will be stepping in, and from at whatever happened after that, that's what's going to happen after that.
Yes.
And I live with the consequences. But there would not be an opportunity for her to remain in that relationship.
Yeah.
I'm saying Cassie's parents allowed her, R. Kelly's parents allowed them to stay in that relationship and gave them the freedom and all this other stuff. So when Cassie makes the choice to remain in the abusive relationship, whatever reason or excuse you want to put on it, she was in fear for her life, etc., etc. Last time I checked, Cassie ain't dead. Cassie got out of a relationship at some point. I don't know when it ended, but they obviously ended the relationship. So fear of her life, you can't really do that because she got out unharmed. I understand what you're saying. A lot of women are fearful that they'll be killed, right? That's why, as again, my sister's brother, or in your case, my daughter's father, she won't have no say. She won't have no say. You don't have no choice. Either he gonna be dead. I mean, it's something gonna happen. It's something got to happen where this ain't even no option. Ain't no option for you to stay with R. Kelly. That's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna call the police every day. Whatever gonna have to happen, that's just what got to happen. You can't stay there, bro. She, according to her, she been in that relationship for years. That ain't no one-time thing. She was getting beat for years and years and years.
So, Thunder, since you so good at pulling up Google, pull up Stockholm Syndrome.
Do what?
Pull up. I said, since you're so good at pulling up Google, pull up Stockholm Syndrome.
Pull up. I can't hear. Pull up what syndrome?
Yes, Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, all right. Let's do it. I'm aware of what it is, but
if you are aware, that's what I'm saying.
No, we'll pull it up. Let's do it. I'm sharing it. Okay. Here we go. Stockholm syndrome is a psychological reaction that can occur when a hostage develops a bond with the captor. It's considered an unconscious defense mechanism that can unite victims and hostage takers out against outsiders.
Gotcha.
Syndrome is named
So,
after 19.
my bad. Go ahead.
The syndrome is named after a 1973 bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden, where the captive and captor developed the bond. The captive felt gratitude towards the captor after the death threat was removed, which is an example of Stockholm syndrome.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So this would be one of our clearest examples in modern times of an individual that was a victim of this. Individual was taken advantage of at a young age. The parents, of course, they saw that Diddy was a multi-millionaire at that time, possible billionaire in the making, and she had aspirations to be an entertainer. And so, of course, you know what I'm saying? And well, I'm not saying of course, because I don't know their mindset, but it would be logical to think that they would encourage a relationship in that aspects, right? Now, the fact that their parent or her parents came to the house with multiple fights, and you know what I'm saying, this all these type of things happen. Like we know all these things happen, right? And this this is a situation where a young lady was taken advantage of. Like she wasn't mature mentally to be in a type of relationship with an individual who is so abusive, and I think we're skipping over the fact that people are not perfect. Now, that also extends to Diddy. He's not perfect. You know, if you beat somebody one time, you made a mistake, that's fucked up. If you get consequences behind that, but then you got to deal with now, you have a pattern. You have a pattern of abusing this young lady and her returning to the abuse. Now, for the life of me, I cannot blame a person who was psychologically, emotionally, and physically abused for having fear in her heart from leaving that situation when we know that there's physical consequences for her leaving, there's emotional consequences for her leaving, and there also are psychological consequences for her leaving because now she is attached to her abuser under the premise that you just read of Stockholm syndrome. And so, like, these are multiple things that are going on. This is why the lawsuit, the civil suit, was so clear cut because this individual clearly took advantage of a person in her weakness, and they did wrong things to her. Now, if you don't, if maybe I'm on the wrong panel, or maybe I got the wrong argument, and it is not making sense to people in the chat. But the people that in the chat that have kids and have daughters they love, there's no way you can agree with this. There's no way. If that was my daughter or my son that was in this situation, I would not ever want anybody to blame the person that was the victim. I would never say that when Ray Rice hit that girl in the elevator or when Beyonce beat up Solange. Like as a man, you have a duty. As a man, your job is to be a leader and a provider and a protector. When you're doing all the opposite things, when you're leading this person down the wrong path, when you're taking advantage of them because they put their trust in you, when you're putting your hands on them to physically hurt them, and then you're doing all the things that oppose your position in that relationship, you get no credit with me. You get none. And for you to say that it's her fault, man, that's wild. That's wild, Thunder. Like I don't know, man. Like that's
Kyle, again, this is comprehension at this point. And I know you're a smart guy. That's why I think you're doing this on purpose.
what?
Let me say it for the fourth time. What I am telling you is, if this lady was in an abusive, it was getting abused or got abused once, and she told, let's just say her parents, her mother, brother, whoever, right? And they say, hey, you need to get up out of there. We'll call the police, blah, blah. Nah, ma. I'm good. Well, matter of fact, let's do it like this. If you Cassie's parent, you think Cassie's parents knew about this?
I'm sure they knew after the
Okay.
event happened when she came home with a black eye.
Okay, fine, no problem. Let's just go with that. After the event, after the black eye, I'm the parent. You tell your daughter what happened, what happened, blah 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 blah, and she say, "Oh, it's okay. He was just drunk," and go right back into the foxhole.
Yeah,
And let it happen again.
And that goes right back to those things I said about emotional and psychological
If
abuse.
you are under the impression that using number one, you are not fully representing what Stockholm syndrome is about a love. It's not about I'm scared for my life.
No. Stockholm syndrome, it starts at fear and then it transitions to love. It starts.
Okay, let's do
the,
it.
The
Let's
person,
do that then.
the individual that is a victim of Stockholm syndrome starts to identify with the benefits of her situation as a way to cope with her physical reality.
Let's
His
start.
or her physical reality.
Let's go with what you just said. It starts with fear and it ends with love. She grew attached to Puff Daddy. The parents or the brother or the cousins telling you, get your behind out this relationship, bro. You done develop, you gonna use I don't think she had no Stockholm nothing, but let's just say she did. I think she would just want some money. It's like R. Kelly, all the other cats. They attached to superstars.
So you wild for this one. This probably the wildest thing.
They are attached.
The black argument, the Hebrew
Let me
stuff.
ask you a question.
I understand.
Do you think have you ever heard of a woman enduring all kind of stuff because she ain't had nowhere else to go? She ain't had no money. She ain't had nothing. You ain't never heard that? That's wild to you?
No, it's not wild. It's unfortunate, and I would never say that she.
When I said that, why you said it was wild?
What you mean? Elaborate, please.
Okay, let me say it again. I'ma say that her parents were there. I'ma say her parents did not want to see their daughter going through this. I'ma say her brother, her cousin. I'm not finna put that on those parents or nobody else. I'ma say that she wanted to stay there. Reason being, that's a possible reason. Matter of fact, Garfield shared it on his slideshow. Money. So that is what I'm saying. I don't think she stayed there because she ain't have no place to go. She ain't have no parental support. She ain't have no brotherly support. She stayed. I'm gonna say she stayed there because, like you said, let's use your argument. She's with a guy that's a multi-millionaire, about to be on the cusp of being a future billionaire. And that's what she thought she had to go. This is the words you said now. That's what she had. So, but when I say that, I'm a wild boy. I'm tripping.
You are, because it removes your personal accountability for being a decent human being from that equation. So as a person, you have to have, as a man, I'm giving you the man talk now. This is transitioning from me being a protective parent to now me being a man speaking to another man. And as a man, you have a duty to your family and your loved ones to protect them, not to take advantage of them. And if you are taking advantage of someone, then you are no longer a man in my eyes, and you are fully responsible for the things that you are leading the people that are under your leadership. Because as a man, a man's job is to do what? Protect and provide, and to lead a path for an individual. The same thing you do with your kids. If you sell dope and your kids sell dope, that's your fault because you taught them that. Now, if you are a man and you are over the leadership or the you have jurisdiction, what not jurisdiction, but tutelage over a young lady, and you're showing her the path to go down, and you mislead her and manipulate her on that path, that is also your fault because she trusted in you and you did things that are not conducive of her future. And for me, that makes you less of a man because why would you stick with somebody for a decade damn near and want to marry them and do these things to set them out and let your homeboys have sex with her
Why you think she
and
did that? Out of fear or Stockholm syndrome? Which one?
both those two things are not mutually inclusive, or are they mutually exclusive? So those things are wound together psychologically, because fear is a part of Stockholm syndrome. The fear is the predecessor for that syndrome. Because when you think about this, for a person who has a captor, the captor has to instill a certain amount of fear in that person where they can feel comfortable. Because these people, they leave for certain periods of time because they have instilled a certain amount of fear in these individuals to do things and react in certain ways because they understand there are harsh consequences associated with them. But
Read the chat when you get a chance. Tuck my eye. It basically summed up what I said. And I don't know how you ain't. The decade is what Thunder is talking about. It's like I said, I think you're doing it on purpose, but now I don't think you are. I just don't think you even hearing what I'm saying, bro.
no, I don't. The same way. You remember the same way when we was on here and you were blasting off on Polite, and you didn't want to hear anything because you knew Polite did something that was fucked up and wrong. I don't want to hear anything that you're saying because you are right now, you are trying to push past the point or move past the point of the wrong that was done to this young lady. And like I don't care about what Tuck My Eye is saying. I don't care about what you're saying because you're not understanding if what you're saying is fundamentally wrong and is not a something that any man that has kids should ever say on live, bro. That's it.
Okay, good. So when I say that she shouldn't have been in there in the first place, you believe that I'm wrong.
Yes. The reason why I'm saying that, and I understand the root
Man,
of what you
bro,
saying.
you talking with funky tongues right at this point. You
No, I'm
keep
not.
saying you understand what I'm saying, but
No,
then you challenge my manhood and saying I'm less of a father.
no,
Bro,
no.
which one is it gonna be,
I
Kyle?
am no, no. I am saying that I comprehend what you are saying. I do not agree with it, and nor do I see how a logical person that has kids can let these shit spill out their mouth. That's what I am saying.
So when I say she shouldn't have been there, you saying that's illogical.
No,
I'm being an irresponsible parent.
I'm saying that you are putting the blame on her for being there, but you are disregarding the fact that a person took advantage of her and beat her and abused her while she was there. You're not addressing that part, bro.
Bro, we done addressed this for 2 or 3. I don't know if you've been tuning into the show. We've been blasting Puff Daddy for the last 2-3 weeks. That wasn't even the point. The point at this point, we talking about Cassie. Does Cassie bear any blame for staying there for a decade?
When is the
That's a
victim?
yes or no. Does
When
Cassie bear any blame for staying with Puff Daddy for a decade
and
under
and I
those circumstances?
and I also I just showed you the reason why she does
Just
not
give me a
have
yes or
any
no,
blame.
Kyle.
No,
Give me that. All
no,
right, good. She don't have no blame for staying up for 10 years
nope.
undergoing this
Do
sort of abuse.
do our forefathers and foreparents better blame for being enslaved? No, nigga. Like what the hell y'all talk? Like y'all sound crazy. You sound crazy right now, Thunder. Respectfully, bro. This is crazy talk, bro. You blaming people who are taken advantage of and victims and trying to say that the person, simply because he has monetary gain over this individual, has the ability to do that. And that's wild, bro. Wild as hell. Like go back and listen to this show, fam. Like you sound wild right now.
It's wild for me to say she shouldn't have been in the situation. That's wild.
No. The removal of the fact that a person did something to her. That's what I'm saying.
No, we're talking about a deck. See, that's okay. Now I
It
get it.
doesn't it
You're
doesn't
talking about
matter
a
how
video.
it
I'm
no
not
no
talking about no
I'm
video.
not arguing about a video. I'm arguing about the facts that are behind this, bro. Like this, like a person man, look, I'm getting emotionally attached to this. Like look, a person that has been taken advantage of, there is no time limit on when the person that is the perpetrator of the crime is no longer the perpetrator of the crime, bro. If I if if I
How
if
long
I
did
do
you
something,
tune in?
if
You was listening to the whole show?
I probably listened. I came in like 5 minutes before after it started.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. If you came in 5, okay, fine. Did you hear me say that Puff Daddy, that nigga should suffer the same fate as Brother Polite and all them boys? I hope they don't never make it out of jail. You didn't hear me say that?
No, I did, but the same way that when you don't. But let's back up. That's a good point you just made,
Go
right?
ahead.
So don't you also remember when they were talking about they was blaming the victims of polite, and you stood up and you protected her, and you said that people should not be calling her and talking shit about her because she is the victim. You don't. I remember this vividly, Thunder. You did that.
I
Why
did.
are you not? Why are you not doing that
Okay,
same?
good. Now, so what now, great point. Great point. So you're talking now, let's cover this, I think 15, 14-year-old child that's being sexually abused by this monster that was named Brother Polite. No problem. When I said that live, everybody heard me say this. That nigga should have had about 2-3 bullets put through his head. Everybody heard me say that. I said it live on the thing.
You did. I agree.
Okay,
I
good.
did.
I
But
said that
where is
nigga
that
should not
same?
wake up in he shouldn't be walking around no California at no time. There should have been hitman out there to handle that. Period. I said it live. That wasn't no phone call. That's me live.
And you never blame that young lady. Did you or did you not, Thunder?
No, how can I blame her for being
But
raped?
why are you blaming her? Because she was 4 years older, bro.
See, again, this is what it's called, a false equivalence.
No, it's not.
Now,
This is a direct equivalency, bro. It's a
allow me to make my argument. So my argument for it being a false equivalence, this girl was drugged. This girl was she was not under the pretense that this was about to happen. She was helpless. It was no way for her to get out of that situation that she was put in. This lady was raped in her, young girl was raped in her mouth, beat, I don't know, beat, whatever, however she was beat. And she didn't have no way out of that. She didn't have no car to leave. She didn't have no, you can't make that the same case that Cassie is in.
And the same thing is this: the abuse of positions of power.
No.
Yes, Thunder.
That's where your false equivalence is. See,
both of these
now I'm glad you
individuals.
pointed out how wild you are at this point. To say that 14-year-old girl was in the same position as Cassie. That's wild. Cassie, see, they go Afro Ninja. Cassie isn't a child like polite victim. My point. Cassie is a grown doggone woman. If her parent, I'm giving her parents credit for telling her to leave that situation alone. I'm giving her brothers, her cousins, her uncles, everybody credit. I don't know, but I'm giving them credit for saying, Cassie, it's been 10 years. This man is setting you out to all kind of guys everywhere. You getting abused. Why don't you just leave there? Come home. We got your back. No problem. I'm giving them credit for that.
And the same
I'm
thing
saying
is this.
now, if you're going to take away
the
credit,
same thing is this. It's the abuse of power and positions of authority, bro. This is what I keep saying, bro. I said this at least 4 or 5 times already. People in positions of power. What's the quote? Absolute power absolutely corrupts. And so this individual was looked at as a way to get into the music business, the same way Polite was looked at as a way to find God. This individual had monetary resources, the same way that this individual had monetary resources. He had connections and all these type of things, and was able to take advantage of this person and psychologically abuse them and put them in a state that we have on the screen right now of Stockholm syndrome, where she then started to identify with her captor. Come on, Thunder. You gotta be trolling right now, bro. You gotta be. And
So you saying
if
the
you're not,
Stockholm syndrome?
if you're not,
You're saying that
I
Stockholm
digress.
syndrome is the excuse or the reason that she's justified for staying there. That what you saying?
I'm not saying anything about justification. I'm saying that when you
saying she ain't justified. I don't care if she got Stockholm syndrome.
what I am saying is when you blame her, you become part of the problem as well, because you are now blaming the person that was taken advantage of, that was a victim of a horrific crime.
I'm not talking about a crime, bro. I'm
Like
talking
you
about
sound like
decades.
you sound like one of the dudes that say like if a girl had on a mini skirt, oh yeah, she deserved to
See,
get
there we go.
That's crazy
That's why
to
I
me,
say
bro.
it's a comprehension thing.
It's not comprehension, bro.
I think you ain't doing it on purpose.
I'm not doing anything.
You got to be. I'm convinced at this point. You are. Because you're not taking into consideration this lady went through this for 10 years, not an event. Like Brother Polite and the that young girl. Not an event. Decades of events.
You know what?
That's 36,000 days of events.
No. I'm finna digress. You know what? Thunder? You right, bro. I just pulled the chat up. I've been reading the chat for the last 2 minutes, and this ain't the chat in itself explains why I need to back off this argument, because if the majority of men on this chat that have kids are agreeing with this, then I don't need to be in this platform, because we don't think the same. And so I digress off my point. Hopefully y'all will understand what I'm saying one day. And Brother Garfield, peace to you, fam. Much love. Thunder is always love. This is a subject that I don't agree at all with.
I'm not gonna
But
make excuse for nobody
on this
staying
channel,
on
apparently, what I'm saying is
for 10
crazy.
years.
What I'm saying is
I'm not
crazy.
finna do it.
And that's a goddamn shame, man. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'll take it.
All right.
So back to what I'm saying. Shout out to Miss Tiffany. I see everything you're saying. No victim of abuse wants to be abused. Y'all crazy. I agree. I don't think she wanted to be abused, but I do believe that she stayed there. And I do believe that she got out. At some point, she got out. I don't know how she got out. But at some point, she had enough and she left that relationship. Puff Daddy went on to J-Lo and whoever else. Young Miami. But some kind of way, this lady, after 10 years of abuse, finally said, I had enough. And she got out. If it were my daughter, she wouldn't have been there. If it were my sister, she wouldn't have been there. Period. I don't think Cassie no different from other abusive victims. I think the problem not her. The problem is the support. I agree, Zach. We can move on, but I think the problem is the support. My sister don't even have no opportunity to stay in there. She wouldn't even have no opportunity to stay in no abusive relationship. Hey, you got to go. It is what it is. First time I get that call, that's it. Ain't no going back. I don't care who it is. Puff Daddy, Snoop Dogg, Shawty, you gone. That's a wrap. But she didn't just stay there. She stayed there for a dime. Now, you don't understand what 10 years is? Marcel the Great, like again, she don't have the choice. That's fine, Sean. You ain't got to agree with me. I don't need nobody to agree with me, bro. She stayed. She stayed for 10 years. That's almost 40,000 days she stayed there. I don't need none of y'all to agree. I ain't never asked y'all to agree with me. But she don't have the choice. My sister don't have the choice to stay in no abusive relationship. She got to go. Sean P. She could have left years ago. She had an out. We know many women stay, Miss Tiffany. That's what we're saying. Many women stay in abusive relationships. Y'all don't know that. We agree. That's the point. That's what I've been saying. I agree with you. Women just stay in them joints. She ain't feel for her life. Well, maybe she did, but some kind of way she's still alive, and she moved on to some other guy, and she got a whole bunch of money. Y'all see how them facts just be sniping at y'all? Them facts be sniping. It's tough. And that if that's the case, Thunder, slavery was a choice. Desmond Gamble, Thunder, I don't think you were victim blaming, but the way you was expressing your opinion can be taken that way. You may want to try to be more empathetic to these conversations. My brother, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't none of us speak, none of us make the right none of us say things exactly the way we supposed to say, how we mean them, right? So I don't mind coming across crazy sometimes. That's fine. But I'ma still go. I ain't blame her. Not like what Kyle was trying to paint it. I'm saying if this lady is staying in this situation, irregardless of people telling her to get out, where we going with this? That's all I'm saying. I don't see how that's wrong. Here go Foxy. Foxy said Cassie is loving that rich and famous life. That's why she stayed. Hey, listen. See? That's my point. That's my point. I already talked about Diddy for two. Okay, good. So here we go, Miss Tiffany. I think Sean Puffy Combs. Let's do it again. Sean Puffy Combs should be locked up for the rest of his life. I take that back. I wouldn't be sad if he was locked up the rest of his life. There is legally is a statute of limitation on abuse, right? And also she got a payout. So they're probably not going to be able to hold him accountable for that because she paid all this. He paid all that stuff off. But from the Fed's standpoint, yeah, I hope he get locked up for some federal charges and never get out. I already said this, but that's fine. We're gonna talk about the monster Diddy, and we're gonna get off Cassie. Sean Combs, that video again. I said this earlier. That apology was pathetic. All y'all can do is rewind the tape. I already talked about Diddy. That's what's crazy, but that's fine. Then that's it. Why wouldn't you mind if that happened to Diddy, huh? If what happened to Diddy? What you talking about, Ari Writer? But Sean P, he's a lot of things, but he's not a monster. Yeah, Puff, that is a monster, bro. You can't do no woman like that and not be a monster, Sean. Yeah, you crazy. No, you gotta be a monster. He can't come to no family. You think he'd come to my family function, and he did my sister like that? And he gonna walk away? Nah, bro. You tripping. You tripping. But that's your opinion. Women love these monsters until they say, this ain't me. This Afro. Women love these monsters until the monsters turn on them. I mean, look at Cardi B with your boy Offset. According to her, that boy was a serial cheater. But she hung in there. She stayed there Done had 2-3 kids with that boy. But some kind of way she got out. Cassie got, matter of fact, let me look and see how Cassie got out there when she got out the relationship. Let me look and see when she got, matter of fact, when did she get in and when she got out. How long did, 10 years. How long did Cassie date P. Diddy? From 28, and as the alleged abuse come to light, fans and circle out old clips of the former couple discussing some of the perceived controlling behavior they felt P. Diddy exhibited when they were dating. The former couple shared on and off relationship for about a decade. For a decade. That's wild. A decade. She was 19. He was 35. I don't even know what that means. That's the second time you done said that. Hell, you can go with that. Why a 19-year-old dating a 35-year-old? Why the parents allow that? You allow your 19-year-old daughter to date a 35-year-old man? I would. R. Kelly, you'll send some girls over there to R. Kelly crib when that man 40-some years old. Some little children. You'll do that. He was too damn old to be pursuing her. I agree with that. She said yes. Why did she say yes? Like Kyle, multi-millionaire, about to be a billionaire. Sean, Tiffany would have pursued him. Puff Daddy was on top 2008. Yeah, he was on top. Kyle took advantage of women. I don't know.
Yo, why you do? You let Kyle jump off, man? Why you steer? Y'all Atlanta dudes, man. Why you steer my man Kyle, my cancer brother, man? That's my brother from another mother, man.
Sean P said that. Oh, you tripping? Sean P said Ray Rice deserved forgiveness and still ain't got it.
Sean P's he the part of trolls or us. He ain't paid him no mind. What up, Sean? Don't pay him no mind. He trolling.
Let me ask you a question, Garfield.
Oh boy.
Your daughter, now I don't want to keep. I don't even.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Cassie, your daughter. You gonna allow Cassie? You gonna allow your daughter to stay in that relationship?
Something I never said live before. One of the things that happened with my daughter, the one that with the whole situation, is that she was in a situation, but the situation when he stole the stuff got to another level. It got to another situation. But I'll tell you off the air what that dude did. That dude is just nuts. But I'll say this though. Since then, she don't ever feel like being in a relationship because that affected her.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and then my eldest, she's just the most mature woman I've ever seen in my life, man. She getting her master's this week. Her kids, she runs her own program at a school. She's in charge of the 4th grade, and the older heads hate her because she only been there for a year. So imagine you supervising older heads who's been there for 15, 20 years. I like, how you go there and you the big boss? I said, that's crazy. I wouldn't want to work under you. But yeah, man, she did a lot. And, she was sick and she almost lost her life years ago. So she's been through a lot. She got her master's now. This month, she's getting her master's in whatever she's doing, education or whatever. But and then she has the book out, letters, poems to myself. Let me put it on the screen, by the way, too. Do a shout out to my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, poems to myself right here.
It's on sale?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Poems to my
ain't said nothing, bro. tripping.
Yeah.
Let me go and pick this up.
She
Going
doing
to
the
my
dance.
younger. Okay.
Yeah, Shanika Cuthbert. Yeah.
Man, you wildin'.
Yeah.
So to get back, you said you know.
She the other day she called me and she said, Dad, I got something to tell you. I said, are you gonna tell me you're pregnant? She said, I don't do those things. What are you talking about? Oh man, but she's chilling, man. She's chilling.
$5 for
And if this a
paperback. Okay, paperback. Oh no, she gotta come off the $10, bro. She need to go up a little bit.
She doing her thing. She trying out. You know what I'm saying? She just doing her thing. I guess that's the price that she wanted.
That's good. Hey, y'all, about it. Go on Amazon right quick, man. Quit trolling me in the chat. Yeah, it's on there. Pouring to myself, Shanika Cuthbert.
Yeah, everybody could go support my daughter's
Yeah.
book, Poems to My Younger Self.
Put it in your cart at least.
Matter of fact, let me hold on. Let me see if I can get it.
Put it in your cart. I'm finna buy it right now. Proceed to check out.
Sean, leave Miss Tiffany
alone, man. You
come on, man. Sean, come on, man. Leave Miss Tiffany alone, please.
Place your order. I just bought it, bro.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be here from May the 26th to the 27th. When is that? Oh, that's next week. I guess, yeah, next Monday.
Yeah, let me call.
That's good. I just bought it. Yeah, I just bought it. Drop her Amazon link. All right, hold on.
Yeah, let's drop it in the chat.
Hello.
I got you live on the air. Thunder just bought a copy of your book. I want you to say what's up to the audience.
Thank you for supporting me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. I got you.
You put it in the chat already?
I'm about to do it right now.
They're gonna put the Amazon link in the chat. You got your sale today. You're gonna get a couple more.
Oh no, I can't do it
Oh,
like that.
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're featured on my WhatsApp, my TikTok, my Instagram. This week is your week. I want to appreciate you behind your back and tell everybody I appreciate my daughter for everything that she has gone through from being almost losing my daughter to getting out of the hospital to being the woman that you are today. I am so proud of you. I just want to tell you in public, in your face, and behind your back. All right.
Thank you, Bob. I really appreciate that. That is the sweetest thing I've heard all day. And I'm really grateful for you. Thank you for being by my side. Thank you for supporting me the way that you do. And thank you to your listeners and your supporters. And I'm filled with joy right now. So thank you so much.
When is your graduation, by the way?
Well, my graduation is the day before your birthday, actually.
Oh man.
But it's virtual. So
it's virtual. Okay.
They're not letting us do it in person, unfortunately. So I have my own graduation party.
Well, you know what? I am going to do a birthday party this year. Actually, on that day, I'm actually planning my birthday party. I haven't done a party in my entire life, to be honest. On June 30th. Only like when I was in the dancehall arena, but definitely June 29th. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say to you, continue doing what you're doing and never stop chasing your goals, because this is what keeps you going, because there's a lot of things going on internally that I won't say on the ear in front of anybody, but you are a fighter and you've been through a lot. And this show actually we're talking about is Didddy the norm in the pop culture. And do you want to make a statement regarding what they said about him in public and the video? And do you want to add on to that abuse stuff?
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say. I mean,
no. Speak your mind.
He has been this kind of person for years, but people, they just have to see it to believe it. And saw it, and now they see that it's not propaganda. They're not just trying to take a black man down. He took himself down, you know. You know, people, they can't get enough of it, and it turns them into who they really were subconsciously the whole time. So I feel like 2024 is the year of truth. It is the year of Aquarius. Things are being revealed. views if you're into that kind of stuff. I know your community is probably not into all that. But
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Don't
Daddy,
fall for that.
Daddy,
They into that craziness. Hold on.
Daddy,
What happened?
look.
Hold on.
I know what to do.
No, hold on. Let Shanika finish talking. You just cut us off, man. What are you doing right now? What are you really doing right now?
Daddy, it's on the
Hold on.
You get too much attention, man. He need that attention, bro.
Hold on, man. Let me do my show, man.
It's
You
on-
interrupted.
It's
So
on my
what?
type. It's on my name.
Yeah, but you can wait, man. Why are you trying to take over the show, bro?
Daddy,
Why are you trying to take over the show? No. Why are you trying to take over the show?
Daddy,
No. Why are you
Daddy,
trying to take over the
Daddy. What? Did you put it on my name?
You put it there.
Peter.
I did not put it there.
Anyway, let me do my show. Get out of here. Take over my show, man.
Shout out to Miss Tiffany. Hey, Miss Tiffany, I don't know if y'all know, man. She had dreadlocks for however long it's been. And
Daddy,
she finally cut them off, man.
Shanika finish what she said. Go ahead, Shanika. You're back
Oh,
on.
my bad.
Shanika, can you hear me? Oh, she connected. Hold on. Hey, that's WhatsApp for you, man. Is this me in charge?
She gone?
She gonna call me back. She probably gotta call me on my radio.
Shout out to Miss Tiffany. She banging with Sean P. But yeah, she cut off her dreads, man. After a while, and she looks great.
Leave Miss Tiffany alone, bro.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on, man.
right.
What's all of that for,
All right.
man? Come on, bro.
But yeah,
Messing up the whole show with the vibes. No problem. Not you. But that's what's up.
she,
Let me. A matter of fact, let me poems to my younger self. Let me put it in the chat too.
yeah. So she looks great, man. Hey, y'all, purchase her tea. Let me see if she got a link for her tea, man. I bought a batch, man. It's a great batch of tea. Let me see.
on that side.
What is it called? Tea with Miss Tiffany, I think.
All right, hold on. Let Shanika close out what you were saying. We were talking about Puffy. You got cut off.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm doing some traveling right now with my niece. So I was saying that this is the year where everyone is reaping from their karma. It's the year of revelation. What's in the dark must come to the light. And right now, Sean Combs is, he's getting his right now. He got away with so much. He, someone from Harlem and came from nothing and he let it all get to his head. And now, it's just, it is what it is.
When you wrote your book, Poems to My Younger Self, what were you trying to tell us with what you're doing? Can you tell the audience what you were trying to do?
What was I trying to do? I was talking to myself, revealing things to myself from where I am now in my life, from my past experiences. Just welcoming my past self into my current life. Expressing what I went through as far as my health is concerned, personal life, family, relationships. It was just me shedding light to what was to come. Like if I had to have a conversation with my past self about what my life is like now, these are some of the things I would want my past self to know through poetry. So.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I want to say I love you. I'll call you later. I'm gonna see you tomorrow anyway, so we could meet and greet tomorrow. We talk some more. All right. Well, love you and enjoy your day with your niece. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Peace and love. Oh man.
There go Miss Tiffany right there. Yeah,
Miss
she
Tiffany, what's up? It's all you. It's all you, Miss Tiffany.
She got to upgrade that. She cut her hair, but she looked great too. Goodness gracious in the mind. Hey, what's up,
I just want to say
she finna cuss me out. That's cool.
No, I'm addressing Sean because this is a reason why women don't want to be around you Negroes, because y'all don't know how to act. You don't have to put me into a scenario. And I know you're saying all kind of wild and flagrant things right now. If I could, I would erase your comments because you're lying. You're spreading false claims about me. I ain't never been hit by a man. Okay, Sean? So no, I would not have been in that situation. So you talk about the women that you know. Don't talk about me because you don't know me. And it's inflammatory to be sitting in a chat having a conversation about a video of a wild ass nigga that's beating a woman and you doing that to a sister in the chat. Like y'all don't understand how it's all intertwined. I shouldn't have to be
Sean, come on, Sean, man. Sean, come on, Sean, come on, man. That's what we talked about earlier with that chart. You see what I'm talking about, Thunder?
Exactly. Like you never had to mention me. Sean don't. So for the record, Sean don't know me. He ain't never met me. He don't know nothing about me. He don't know the man that I dated. So anything that he is saying about me is false. See, this is why we don't be around, because of that kind of stuff. And then Thunder on here victim blaming people that are victims of abuse. Like y'all don't know that abuse victims usually stay for years before they finally find the courage to leave. That's why, Garfield, I really think you should have an expert that talks about domestic violence on the panel. Mm-hmm. Because people are saying the same thing about, well, why didn't she just leave? Usually abuse victims go back and go back and go back to their abuser at least 7 times. At least they go back 7 times before they have the courage to leave.
Sean, I'm not bringing you up, bro.
Yeah, don't bring him up. Because see, I never engaged Sean.
Sean, I'm not going. You my dude. You my ride or die dude.
Yeah, he don't mean that.
I ain't doing.
I don't think he mean it that way though. I think Sean be having fun in the chat trolling.
Sean be trolling, man.
Yeah, I would say
he didn't need to bring me up. He didn't need to say I would have stayed. I would have fucked with Diddy.
Playing.
No,
I think he was playing.
Maybe he about to offer apology. Y'all, let's give him.
Yeah, I thought he might have been playing.
Yeah, let's give him a try.
From what I know, Sean.
No, but okay, he could have been playing. But when I said no, he should have stopped.
He might, but that's Sean though. Yo.
I don't care.
Let me bring Sean up. Hold on 1 second, Miss Tiffany. Hold on 1 second. Let me hear what he got to say. Go ahead, Sean.
First of all, don't nobody have the ability to tell me when to do anything. Secondly, I heard you. You came on the show, so I'm here. I didn't run away. I came on the show. Secondly, right? I don't even care about any of this because I believe it's all fake outrage from a lot of people in our communities because we ain't solved other issues that we've seen transpiring with this. Let me finish. I'm getting to point 3. You're last. Okay, and my last point is anyway, I was trolling. Garfield knew that, everybody else knew that, but you knew that. So yeah, I gave us the scenario. No. So you telling me 15 years ago you wouldn't be with Diddy? It ain't a woman out there that would have told this dude no 15 years ago. So why is people don't sit there and say no? It was an example.
I am not your example.
You can't tell me that I can't. No, what do you mean? You can't take that personal. But you can't take that personal. If someone use you as an example, you can't take that personal.
Use me
Oh, okay, so you're fake then. So you're fake. You're fake. You're fake, right? You're fake. No, I don't care about your emotions, bro. Fuck out of here.
Sean, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Come on, Sean. You better than
I don't understand that. Hold on, let me say this.
Hold on, God Killer. One thing I don't support is if she took it a certain way, all Sean had to do, it does come and say, hey, I apologize. I knew he was trolling, but I didn't read it because that's what he does when he's in the chat. He trolls.
No, we said he was trolling. We know
she's not. She's not.
But there's an inference there, though.
But that's sometimes if you have a connection or a relationship with an individual, you understand where the trolling is coming from. So at the end of the day, maybe she don't want to associate herself with those type of things. So I mean,
no means no, Sean.
I'm not going to just say, yo, you're sorry, bro.
Hold, let me say this. Hold. Let me say this point. There's an inference there that somehow all women would mess with Diddy because he got money. And that's not true, right? Some women require other qualities than beside having money. Now, if he's saying that she would date Diddy not knowing the abuse and all that, that might be different. But are you saying that after she understands the abuse that he's giving out with women, that 15 years ago she still would date him? That's when it becomes a wild ass problem for me.
Right. Miss Tiffany. No, my bad.
I'm just saying I think that's important to know. And so she responds that I ain't never been hit by no fucking nigga. Meaning that I don't give a fuck what the nigga got. I'm not dating nobody beating back on me. And I would hope my daughter would be the same way in that situation.
Okay, good.
Because
I'm
it's
glad
serious.
you said that. So let
Yes,
my number
it's
one.
serious.
Let me ask Miss Tiffany a question. I'm gonna get right back to what you said.
No,
Miss
but you
Tiffany.
address Sean though.
I'm gonna address. No, we
Yeah,
already
like
addressed.
we shouldn't have an attitude towards the
Serious.
women though. We shouldn't have that. Like the shit is
Miss
we
Tiffany
know
did the
more than
same
we
thing.
know.
Address Diddy.
Then
I
15
already
hold on,
addressed
15
Diddy.
years ago is archaic, bro. So if you still espousing ideas from 15 years ago, you're out of fucking order. Because 15 years ago, there were certain things that I would say out my mouth that you shouldn't say today based off more available data on the situations. One is we understand what abuse does and why women don't immediately break away. 15 years ago, all that wasn't in the shoe. That's all. Like we supposed to be promoting. I promote scientific literacy and understanding the things that's going on around you in your world, yo. So no, nobody in 2024, you should at least have a working understanding, especially if you got your own platform, right? And you're respecting this community. You should took enough time to read that abusers do return to their abuser, and she's actually not at fucking fault. Cassidy is not at fault, yo. That's part of the abuse. That's part of what people that
Hey,
abuse do.
hold on. If I may, my brother. Hey, Sean, come on, bro. Come on. I don't know what happened to your other profile, but I'm just telling you. Come on, bro.
Come on, Sean.
Come on, bro. We better than that, yo. You are one of the elites. You better than that, bro. You better than that. You see, this is this type of squabble I don't like to get into it. Me and Uncle come on here and he could cuss me out, I cuss him back out, whatever, all of that never happened. It can happen because two guys, but I hate to see men and women getting into squabbles. I hate that shit. You know, I'll say, yo, you win, man. You could have it. But I'm not getting into no argument
I
with
never
no
argue
woman.
with a woman, dog.
Nah, I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
you
Bro.
can argue with a woman though, but
See,
it's
no, that's
doing it, bro.
him.
I'm just talking about me
That's
personally. I'm not
like
doing
that.
it. Uncle tell you something about yourself. But I'm just saying.
Ain't the aided, blind, crippled, crazy.
Hey,
no,
Sean,
not when it comes to
hold on,
issue
guys.
with
Hold
women
on,
don't
guys.
have
Hold on,
in
guys.
that
Everybody
situation,
stop. Stop for a minute. Stop for a minute. Sean, he's still in the chat, bro. Nobody, I'm not, I know you, I knew you were trolling. I didn't even read the comment. I said, once they said they complain about Sean, I know he's trolling. So I said, yo, chill out and stop. But bro, you got to chill out and stop, bro. I'm not trying to be a man to tell you what to do. But right now, just sometimes you got to look at a battle and say, yo, you know, you can't just say, I don't give a F about something and somebody's telling you to stop. It's simple, bro. It ain't no power struggle. I'm not getting no power struggle with no grown ass man. Yo, don't be my chat dude. I'm not doing that, Sean. We different than that. You're somebody that could pick up the phone and call. But I'm just telling you, you got to look at it as a bigger picture. We family right here. So let's relax. Let's chill out, bro.
Somebody probably blocked Sean. That's why you can you go unblock him, please? But Miss Tiffany, I want to ask you. You said that people go back, and you know when I ain't back the last time I ain't finna question nothing you say. So I'm just ask. You say
why you can't question nothing she said?
Yeah, you can
bro,
question what
I'm not
people
finna
say.
do it for Miss Tiffany.
Yes.
All things are off with Miss Tiffany, right? We good.
Nah, now you see you gas.
No,
like,
nigga,
yo.
I'm a simp. She, hey, I can do that.
You scared of Miss Tiffany. Look at
that. Thunder, those are stats with DV. That's
no,
why
I'm good.
you guys got to get a domestic violence expert to let you know what typically happens when a person is in an abusive relationship. They usually stay at least 7 times before they have the courage to leave.
No problem. So let's go with the 7 times at least. When you say those 7 times, you're saying that it's the abuser's fault that they went back 7 times, right? That's your position?
I didn't even say that. I literally just said abuse victims usually go back at least 7 times. They may go back more. It's something in the psychology.
Wait a minute.
Right. That's why I say you need an expert. There's something in the psychology of the whole thing that makes you go back to your abuser. There's
you remember how you told me don't be jumping in? You remember that? Like last Monday when we talked about?
No, this is something different, yo.
This ain't that different. I'm asking Miss Tiffany a question.
No, this is a little, yo. You saying you actually trying to put the responsibility on the person getting the shit slapped out of him, yo? Because that's what it sounds like, yo. You talking about a woman, yo, that's in a position to fight. We talking about man, women fighting, yo. There's a clear disadvantage there. And then we talking about a rich nigga. So now the power of having money, the the power of having status, and just being physically abusive, physically stronger than women. Yo, he got all the cards stacked up against this motherfucking ass. Yo, how you looking at that situation, bro?
You finished? All right. So Miss Tiffany. So when she go back 7 times, does she hold in accountability for going back?
No,
7?
nigga. I can answer that question. No.
Miss Tiffany.
It's part of the psychology
How
of
you
it.
jumping in? So when
Yeah,
I do,
I'm
I want
jumping in because I
everybody to
can't believe you
burn
don't
this
know
into
that.
their memory. So when I jump out, when he do his thing, I don't want him because he threatened my life last week and everything. I'ma jump out and we gonna do. I'ma just jump. That's it. I ain't even gonna say how high. I'ma just jump out the window.
You gonna threat my life?
I'm not gonna. I don't have no desire to do that. But I ain't taking
So why you
nobody
keep
out the
saying
earth.
that, yo, like I really threatened your life?
You threatened my life. Miss Tiffany, back to you. Now, when they go back 7 times,
alert from updates available.
When they go back to 7, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times,
this is crazy, yo.
Do they
You know
bear
what? Let
any
me bring up them charts that
responsibility?
I had up earlier. What was the chart I had up earlier? Let me see.
Find it. When they do that.
Wait, Garfield, do you hear what Thunder is saying, yo?
But he's still
Thunder is
jumping
nuts.
in. He's still
Thunder
jumping
is
in. Why you
nuts.
don't want to answer the question?
Thunder is nuts.
I'm not nuts.
Thunder, why would anybody have to answer that question, yo?
Hey,
in 2024.
Is it the abusees' fault for do they hold in accountability for going back 7 times?
You would have to talk to an expert on how that's talked about in therapy.
Okay,
but,
that's fair.
I mean, men and women both are abused. It's not just women.
Oh, that's a fact.
myth. So people that are abused usually not everybody gets away from their abuser like that. All humans don't behave the same. Y'all keep saying if it was my child, I would. Who knows? She probably would have been embarrassed. You think she would have been okay with telling her mother or her family the things that man had her doing?
Now, if she didn't tell me, that's one thing.
Right, she was probably embarrassed.
But if she did tell me, which we know that R. Kelly folks told him, we know, we think I must give Cassie's mama and daddy credit for knowing that their child was going through that for 10 years. Now my sister ain't going through that for 10 years, bro.
Yeah, you say that now.
No, you say that.
You probably have people in your family right now that are being abused, and you don't
even know it.
Yeah, that's I can't control something I don't know. I'm talking about if I know.
Yeah, but okay. People say
ain't no bet on that one. Ain't no bet on that one. If I know about it and they in my family, I will take action.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
I don't know. They ain't gonna stay there. They ain't gonna stay there.
There goes the chart. There goes the chart.
Now, physical violence, sexual, all this is catered to the women, so I'm sure that Miss Tiffany can speak to this more than I can.
To the women.
But,
this don't say nothing about women on here. Oh,
it says,
I see her. I see that. I see what you're saying, Thunder.
Okay, thank you. See how y'all be trying to jump out the window? All right, now. So this is catered to the women. So
what about this one right here? What about this one?
Oh, okay? Yeah, you better zoom past it. You can zoom past it. All right, good. Miss Tiffany, do you know any women that do not
make money decisions together with their economic partnership?
You want to jump
Make
in?
sure both partners benefit from financial arrangements. I'm sure. Have you, Unc or Miss Tiffany or anybody in the audience met anyone who has a relationship where they have something called an economic partnership?
Miss Tiffany, you know women that engage in economic partnerships, or the one that say it's my man's job to take care of me and all this other stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
there we go.
I don't know any women in my circle that don't work for a living.
You ain't got to, but you know some women that say they wish they didn't have to work.
That's out there. I do know that's out there.
Okay, good. All right. What's next, Garfield? Since you want to do it, you do it. Go ahead.
Non-threatening behavior, talking and acting so that she feels safe and comfortable expressing herself and doing things.
You know women that do that right there, Miss Tiff? You know some
Hold
women.
on, let's go back to economic partnership. It says
Okay,
making money decisions together. It doesn't say nothing about who's making the money. It says making sure both partners benefit from financial arrangements.
That's what the pseudos do. They don't even read it.
It wasn't what you said. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, okay. Good clarification.
What about negotiation and fairness? Seeking mutually satisfying resolutions to conflict, accepting change.
You know some women that do that. You know some women do that, Tiffany?
Yes, Thunder. You know what?
There we go. All right.
No, he's the worst.
Miss Tiffany, come on. Let's go to non-threatening behavior. You know some women that don't talk or act that she feels safe and comfortable to express herself and doing things. You know women that don't do that.
What you mean? That's not what is the purpose of this chart? The purpose of this chart is what? To support what a healthy relationship looks like?
Yep. Non-violence, equality.
So what is your point, Thunder?
My point is
you don't think this is realistic. You don't he said we don't know
this.
So you don't think, okay, so let me do what you did to me. So you don't think being in a relationship where there's negotiation and fairness, non-threatening behavior, respect, trust and support, honesty and accountability, responsible parenting, shared responsibility, and economic partnership, you don't think that is realistic in a relationship?
No, that is realistic.
That's what the chart is talking about.
Was not real. No, it's catered to you.
Oh my goodness.
Look at respect. Look at respect. For instance, listening to her non-judgmentally.
But you can just easily supplant her with him or your partner.
Do women and as a whole listen to men non-judgmentally?
I can't answer that question.
All right, thank you. So
that's a general question. There's no right or wrong answer there.
Right. Like I can't. Like you want me to give the stats on that question?
That's a vague. She gonna talk about she gonna speak for every woman.
Yeah.
Remember what you're asking though is does she know women who are like X, Y, and Z? That's what you're asking.
Yeah,
you want to go to the other chart now?
Let's go to shared responsibility. Miss Tiffany.
I want to talk about you getting an expert on domestic violence.
Okay, let's go. Let's get an expert on domestic violence.
Thank you.
And
so you can understand. So you can understand the cycle of abuse. It's called the cycle of abuse.
Cycle of abuse.
Right.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm not arguing. Yeah, I haven't made an argument against anything you said. What I'm saying is,
and people talking about she just wanted to get paid. Well, what's the excuse for every other woman that stays for years and years in an abusive relationship with somebody who ain't got no money? Like, come on.
Sometimes
it's psychological.
It might be physical. It might be some physical.
Physical what? When you getting beat up on a regular basis.
Listen.
And you're being used as a sex slave?
Hey, man. You can make her. I mean, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. I ain't been arguing.
Let me talk about this real quickly. Do you fit the description of a controller or abuser?
All right.
Now, answer these questions honestly.
Thunder.
Ma'am.
Do you ever embarrass, make sarcastic remarks in front of your spouse, partner, in front of your friends or family?
No.
I'm gonna ask Unk too. Unk, this for you too, man. I don't think you're getting out of this one.
What?
Do you ever embarrass, make sarcastic remarks or fun of your spouse or partner in front of your friends or family?
Nah. You ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to be on the side.
That's not the point. Do you ever do it? We checking you out right now, bro. We're putting you on the hot seat.
No, I don't do that.
Down your spouse's accomplishments.
Miss Tiffany, have you ever turned up in front of that man, friends or family?
No.
All right.
I'm gonna let y'all answer these. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
No, I don't do that.
Do you demonstrate extreme jealousy?
No.
Tiffany, have you ever exhibited extreme jealousy?
No.
All right. She said no. Okay.
Make your spouse feel unable to make decisions.
No,
that's ridiculous.
No.
Now, let me ask you this now. Yell at him or her. Let your temper get out of control.
I couldn't hear you.
Yes.
Say it again.
Do you yell at her? Let your temper get out of control?
We probably yelling at each other at the same time.
Yes.
We been having them conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Use intimidation or threats to gain compliance.
Hell no.
No.
That's
weak.
weak.
You tell him or her that he is nothing without you?
No.
Nah, that's
You ain't nothing
ridiculous.
without me. That's Puffy right there. You ain't
Yeah,
nothing without
yeah,
me.
that's some different shit. Yeah, that's a whole different level. No,
Let me get Unc now. Do you show cruelty to animals?
nah, hell no.
No, I don't have any animals. No.
Mm-mm.
Do you blame him or her for how you feel or act?
Oh, a little.
Nah, I take personal accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
Do you call her or him several times a night or show up to make sure he or she is where he or she said she or he would be?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Do you use drugs or alcohol as an excuse for saying hurtful things or abusing her or him?
Nope.
Do you prevent her or him from doing things he wants, like spending time with his or her friends or family?
Hell no. I'm trying to get out my hair.
I encourage
my
it.
hair.
Yo, they Montego trolling. You said don't act like you won't kill a roach.
Yes.
Yo, you stupid, yo. Do you pressure them sexually for things you're not ready for?
Nope.
That's weird.
Don't ask me to do something you're not willing to do.
Treat them roughly, grab, push, pin,
You
shove,
know what I'm
or
saying?
hit.
You know what I mean?
Do you treat them roughly, grab, push, pin, shove, or hit them?
If she
hell no, hands off.
Do you
Hands
make
off.
them feel like
she asks
there's
for
no way out of the relationship?
Nah,
There's no way out. You stop.
Nah, that's crazy. You always got a way out.
Try to keep her or him from leaving after a fight, or leave her or him somewhere after a fight to teach her or him a lesson.
Ain't that what your boy did?
Nah. Who?
Your boy over there on that other channel. Then he do that?
Yo, don't put me in that, yo. Why would you do
I ain't
that,
putting
yo?
you in. Oh, no, you don't want nothing to do with that.
I don't want nothing to do with that shit because I don't know all that. I don't know all that, Thunder.
Whatever,
Do you fit the description of a controller or abuser? Answer these questions honestly.
Mm-mm.
Do you almost always need with your partner to have things done your way?
Nah. We gotta work that shit out. It's gotta be.
You always want to have the last word.
A woman
That's
does,
a back
yeah.
and forth thing, but I can see wanting to have the last word. But you got, as a man, you gotta be like, nah. Let me.
That's
stop.
women.
But
That's
sometimes you want the last
Whatever,
word.
Thunder.
I don't think
Miss
that's a
Tiffany,
woman.
have you ever felt the need to have the last word?
Yeah, as you have to.
Okay.
Don't act
Yeah,
like
everybody
you
wants the last word. Yo.
Do you
I ain't gonna lie,
almost
I be trying
always
to the last
need
word.
to make your point understood? Thunder? This fits right here, bro. I'm calling you guilty on this one.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I be want to try to make my shit understood, but I think everybody should do that. But it's a certain point where you gotta stop, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Come on, yo. How many times you gonna explain this shit?
Do you almost always need with your partner to behave negatively, yell, use obscenities, put downs, or name calling or force when you don't get your way?
No.
No. That's wild.
Do you almost always need to demonstrate how right you are?
No.
A little bit.
Do you almost always? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Tiffany.
I was saying, at least he's honest about that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove, but there's a limit though. You know, you gotta have a limit, yo.
No, man, women are always right, bro.
I think that comes from YouTube, though. To be honest with you.
Do you almost always need to have your wishes granted?
Nah, hell no.
Miss
That shit ain't
Tiffany?
real.
Miss Tiffany?
What do I need to always have my wishes?
Do you know? It said almost
always. No.
Do you almost always need to react negatively when your partner disappoints you?
Nah, that's crazy. No, hell no.
Do you almost always need to respond with an outburst of anger when your partner misunderstands or disappoints you?
That sounds like Diddy.
Now look at this now. If you have checked any of the symptoms in all the questions 15s above, you have the characteristics of a controller. If you check any of these symptoms, physical, sexual abuse, verbal threats, outbursts, or rageful behavior, harassment, manipulation by fear, cruelty to animals, you fit the description of a batterer and abuser with severe anger and control issues.
Sean got control issues right now.
Yeah, that's not a real. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah, see, that's
a little bit
crazy.
too much.
See, thank you.
Yeah, they think they went a little bit too much right there.
Yeah, that's what I was
you
saying.
Check any box. I'm saying everybody want to verify and prove that what they saying is right. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be a limit to that. You can't take it to the point where you mad because the person is not getting it. You know what I'm saying? But you should have a right to explain your your side of things. So I disagree with that right there. I don't know who made that shot up. Jesus Christ. Dang. Shit.
If you
Hey,
exhibit
what
any
about
But I don't put no hands on nobody, and I don't think you should control a woman. I always felt like the woman pussy is hers, yo. That's her shit. I don't own that.
There's another chick that just joined, right? Who was her name?
not chick, another female? Sister
Female.
Tariq, how are you, sis?
Oh wow. Okay.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up? What's up,
chick,
Thunder?
chick.
About a chick.
We ain't
What's up,
chicken.
Garfield?
What's
What's
up?
up here? Stop messing with Tiffany. I've been trying to get up here. I'm like, leave my sis alone.
Who messing with Tiffany? Me?
Who messing with Tiffany?
Thunder.
Thank you, sis.
Hey, I appreciate you having her back, but I got her back way more. You got it.
Yeah, okay. Not with all that wild stuff you were saying earlier.
And Tiffany, why can't we should be agree to disagree?
Nah, you was wilding, yo.
Listen,
That girl was 19 when she
hold
met
on.
that man. So granted,
Look at this figure right here, this chart. Female intimate murder victims by type of relationship to intimate, 1976 to 1996. Out of 31,000 total female victims, 5% was killed by an ex-husband. 63% was killed by the husband, and 32% was killed by a non-marital intimate. So a woman is more than likely, if she's getting killed by someone she's intimate with, is more than likely it's the husband, which is actually, that's really encouraging for marriages, ain't it?
God dang. Don't get married. That's all I can tell you.
That's crazy, man.
For it.
Hey,
Well, let's hold on one second. Well, let's take a look at the men. I don't want to be all about the woman.
Right, because men actually get abused. That's why I was gonna come up.
Yeah, men get
and
abused.
They get
too.
abused.
But look who is killing the men. It's almost the same thing. Killed by the ex-wife, 4%. Killed by the wife, 62%. And killed by non-marital intimate, 34%, which is almost the same exact.
Identical, yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang, so
All I can say is sleep with your
other.
gun. Sleep with your gun. That's all I can say.
Hey, well, how you Kekra? How you pronounce that?
Karak.
Karak. All right. Do women have any culpability in going back to an abusive relationship 7 times?
Just say people, because men also get abused.
Do people bear any? Do they have any culpability for going back to an abusive relationship 7 times?
I'm gonna look it up, but you can go ahead and answer it, sis. Abuse.
First of all, a person.
I got the chart on the screen, and I got the statistics and everything.
You can hear me?
What's the question? The question again?
Me and Garfield.
Do people bear any culpability for going back to an abusive relationship 7 times?
It's called Stockholm syndrome.
Right. So I was gonna say that you have to understand, first of all, the mindset of a person that's willing to be in an abusive relationship.
Can you give me a yes or no and then go into it?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right.
And the reason why is because you have to understand the mental capacity of the person that's being abused. First of all, there has to be some type of mental disability going on there because you're allowing yourself to be in that situation. So some type of cognitive dissonance is going on, because who in their right mind would actually stay in a situation like that, right? And then coming from someone like my mother who was abused, like the person literally almost killed her. And I asked her, why didn't you leave? One, she thought it would get better. 2, it's kind of like that shock factor, like when it first happens, right? Okay, he didn't mean to do that. All the excuses. It's like certain levels that they go through within the abuse before it becomes anger, resentment, murder, as we see, or they just outright leave. And then if they have children, that's a whole nother factor as well. So it's so many factors in there that you can't just give like this straight answer, or just be like, why can't they leave? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? We don't know if that person is dealing with self-esteem issues. We don't know what type of person they were before they even got into this relationship. Did they see their own parents being abusive towards one another and they thought that was okay? This is the life. We just don't know. So it's just kind of hard to give you a straightforward answer, because we're dealing with people who have true mental issues because they're allowing themselves to be in a relationship like that. I mean, they don't think highly of themselves,
right?
To allow themselves to be in a situation like that. So that's my answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think, and y'all can screenshot what's on the screen. Why battered women stay in an abusive relationship? And it could also go for men to some of these statistics. Fear of the abusive mate, some of the stuff that Sister Karate said, finances, loss of income, children, social stigma, self-blame, role expectations, history of abuse, belief that the batterer will change, accepts his sorrow for abuse, and promises it will not happen again, isolation, rejection by society, and dangerous consequences. So there's a lot of people, and if you're going through this, man, there's a lot of help. I remember when I was doing Surviving the Hebrew Israelites, we used to talk about abuse, a bunch of women. You remember that series I used to do, Thunder? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So all these women used to be abused, man, and they
interviewed one of them chicks, right?
A couple of them, man, couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're talking about abuse, and here comes Wajawa, man. You've been abusing these crazy.
Yeah, I've been abusing him. I've been abused. Where he at?
Well, let me get this off the screen and just say, I want to say thank you guys for jumping on the panel and offering some opinions that's not a lot of people don't like to, put out whatever. But I think a lot of, hey, you know one thing though I could tell you though, a lot of women that I've been around in my culture have been abused, from when they were young, by relatives, family members, so forth. And it's just a continuing cycle that happens in my home country, and it happens within the culture. So that's a tough thing that we got to do, because remember, the age of having sex in Jamaica was 14 until 1989. So 1989 is when in Jamaica you could no longer have sex with a 14-year-old.
You mean the age of consent?
Age of consent was 14 years old.
That's crazy.
Well,
yeah.
The age of consent right now was 14 in some states. Right
in
now.
North Carolina right now, yeah, you could legally marry at certain ages. Yeah.
You mean and be over 18?
Under 18.
Yeah, the age of consent.
Person can be over 18, yeah.
So a 21-year-old, 30-year-old can marry a what?
Yeah, but they gotta get special permission from the family.
Yeah, you gotta get
that's
you gotta
crazy
permission from the
ass shit
parents.
right there, nigga.
You gotta get permission for the parents.
And then y'all worrying about women, and then y'all don't understand the plight that women are in, yo. So you can actually groom a person. That's what Shaka do. He groomed motherfuckers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he did. And we gonna act like we don't want to talk about groom. Come on, yo. I'm saying it. Man. And I've been saying it. And I ain't gonna not stop saying it. The same way Plight got away with all that shit. Because what nobody say. Yeah, women get marginalized, yo. Little teenagers, yeah, yo. Yeah, that's wild for me. Like I always said it, once they locked that nigga up and the champ got to him, yo, I was gonna say, I was gonna never not stop saying it.
Hey, Ujawa asked a nice question. Can this issue and question be applied to a larger topic associated with institutional slavery?
No.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
Mm-mm.
This ain't gonna do ain't nobody no slave.
Yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with that. Because it happens across Chinese people, Japanese.
You're telling me Catholic slave?
Yeah, she was. She was a sort of, yeah. She was trafficked. She was sex trafficked.
Oh man.
You didn't know that?
She was what?
Sex trafficked.
What you mean?
She was made to have sex with people that he wanted her to have sex with.
Traveling. You mean traveling different places?
Yeah, but she was made to engage in these encounters with men that he wanted her to engage with. She didn't have a choice in the matter.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the same thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's in the lawsuit, Tuck Mod.
So she ain't want to do none of that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, man, he's doing too much.
Some people do, but not everybody does.
Okay. All right, man.
Some people want to engage in that kind of behavior.
I'm not even finna argue with nobody. She ain't want no reason. Nah, she ain't never want that. Yeah. Okay.
You said that be some people on the game.
Yeah, but a threesome and being sex trafficked is totally different.
Yeah.
Probably did in the beginning.
Her body average, right, is like, okay, we're gonna do this, but now you just want me to do this to everybody? Nah, I ain't with it, So it's a difference.
Yo, wow.
You
Okay.
say it was fun at first, then you
It
just
was
did.
fun.
You
There we
did
go.
too much.
See, I didn't want to say nothing. I just kind of chilling.
But that you don't think that can happen if you're with an
Yeah. I
abuser?
get it.
Like
I
you
get
could
it. I
start
get that.
off with something
I get that.
cool, right?
Yeah,
And it
then
can
you do
morph
too
into
much.
something.
Yeah, I get it.
Right.
Yeah, that don't mean you can keep doing. A person can do something and then say stop. Like a woman can take off all her clothes and y'all might got started. She can just say stop. You gotta stop, yo. Simple as that.
That's a fact.
But I don't know how it worked the other way around, though.
Yeah, okay.
That might be a little.
She ain't going none of that stuff. Yeah, all right.
Nobody, you all.
Everybody should
we
respect
ain't
each
even
other's
saying,
wishes,
yo.
though. Everybody should respect each other's wishes, though. You know what I mean? Somebody say stop, just stop. Yo, come back another day. Right? If you engage in the type of behavior with a woman and y'all threesome to something, and then she be like, all right, I'm done with that. I ain't doing that no more. Then that should be it.
That should be it.
But instead of that, you say, "Nah, you about to do this with that one and that one. And I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna videotape you." That's something different, Thunder.
That is different. I agree.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So both of the scenarios could be true. Maybe there were some things that she liked in the beginning that was cool, but then maybe it got to the point where she wasn't liking some stuff.
Until you start hitting her.
She was 19. She ain't never wild out. She was just a good, wholesome nun.
Well, he was 35.
Like she was some stuff that she never experienced, and then it got too real.
Right. He was.
That's why
he said it got too real.
And Puffy got a history of this stuff. Like Puffy came from a family of, some gangster business. He come from that.
Yep.
So by the time, and he's Harlem and all of that, these New York folks is on another level.
I don't know how y'all Harlem cats get down, man. Y'all wow.
Here you go. Here you go. We
gotta check them niggas up there.
Why you put? We know they pseudo already, pseudo factory, but why you gotta put that?
But he got a background. His father was a hardcore hustler and all kind of. I mean, so he just has there's a certain story that goes with him. So we don't know what he was privy to when he was growing up. Man, and so he's 35. Then he meets his 19. So he's 35, millionaire, multi-millionaire. So yeah, I mean, come on, yo. Don't act like he could not have taken advantage of the situation and manipulated it.
Of course he did. I don't say he didn't. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my sister's in an abusive relationship. She won't be in it for not when I hear about it.
No, that's cool and that's honorable. I wish all brothers would felt that way if it was their sister, but
so I'm saying.
But what if she go back, Thunder? What if
you say that, Tiffany? You took the words right out of my mouth. But what if you don't want to leave and you catch a case and then the next week they sending you pictures from the jail cell, right?
That's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
We
now you talk.
Time out 1 second. Now this comment makes this guy extremely suspect.
Oh my gosh.
This is just like, why we talking about abuse? Why are you worried about Thunder's head?
Will make a woman
bow-legged eating it. Yo, why you
know why men? I'm 45 and this is the first time. This happened last week. When do guys start commenting on other men's bodies?
Oh my goodness!
I ain't never experienced
it.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What's happening?
Please.
What?
Matter of fact, keep that up there.
Nah, I'm gonna get off.
Why would he be?
Yeah, that's not even a man for real. It's just a man picture on there.
Corrupt. How can that even come in this man? Leave it up there. How could what I do in my bedroom be in his mind to the point where he said, "I'm finna type this out and press enter."
Yo,
do you understand?
Take that down.
Come on,
this community that is just nuts at this point.
This is
Yo, don't come for New York, Miss Tiffany. Well, Miss Tiffany's in New York, so I mean, she's allowed to. She's allowed to.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of fast talkers. A lot of,
I do not like people who talk fast.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Y'all wild
Something over my head.
Couple with the Harlem slang. I mean, come on.
Well, you know, it's like that in Chicago too, Tiffany. So, you know,
Hey, Jacob, I was thinking the same. Jacob, I was thinking the same thing. Why is he picturing that?
Why is he?
I'm like,
that's what come up, bro.
Hold on, let me put this back on the screen.
Put it back up.
Let me put it back one more.
That's what come up when he look at my head.
First of all, you try to violate. You try to violate Ujao earlier, right? He made a crazy statement. Look at this right here. You still regurgitating my info I see. Then he make another statement. He's worse than Jack Johnson. I don't know what he's talking about. Then he says, making the housewife is crazy today. So you're thinking about hoes and housewives, and then you just start thinking about Thunder and his head between the yo, what is wrong with us?
I don't know.
Wisdom said maybe he's bisexual. I ain't say that.
He may be.
I ain't say that.
No, I'm saying it. It sounds like it. I ain't never looked at a man body and say, you know, I'm finna just type this on and press enter. Wow, bro. That's wild. Anyway, so y'all gonna say that she's a victim. Okay, no problem. I say she's a victim as well. I just think that after 10 years or before 10 years passed, it shouldn't have went. I just don't think it should have went 10 years. I just, and that's all I'm saying. That's been my whole
Thunder,
from
the
the
one
rip.
thing you said that I actually agree with was, where was her parents, right? And what was her upbringing prior to her getting with Didddy? Because once again, this is all going to attribute to her mental capacity to be in a situation like that.
Yeah.
So this is why we're saying it's not necessarily her fault. We don't know what and why she stayed. It could have been fun at first. I'm 19. You got a lot of money. We traveling. We doing whatever, right? And then it got real because this person changed and turned into a monster and started doing things that's like, okay, I don't know. But first of all, we got to go back to the root of the thing.
Hold on, Sister Kara. Kara, hold on 1 second. Now, why would you make a follow-up statement?
Oh my God. Can we get off this dude?
Am I losing my mind? Am I reading what's on the screen properly?
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna get off.
This is just,
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I got to get this out of my. I don't even know. I can't even.
Yo, you got a fan, bro.
No, nigga, this that baby reindeer. That nigga baby reindeer.
It's
That's
been
your new
fun.
name,
Thanks
boy.
for having me. I'm gonna go.
Your name Indigenous.
Let me get out of here.
Indigenous baby
Kara,
reindeer.
finish your point, Sister Kara.
No, I was just gonna say we have to go to the root of a thing. A lot of these situations that these women and men are in, like Diddy has a root and Cassie has a root, is the reason why he is a monster now, and it's probably some stuff that happened to him. Is the reason why she allowed herself to be in that situation, or maybe wanted to get away from whatever her home life. Because 19, you pretty much still at home. Most people. So there's a root to all these things. When you get to the root, then you understand why a person would go through that, be this way, and all of those things. So that was just my point.
Great point.
Oh, man.
I disagree.
I mean, that's because you can't see yourself in that situation, and neither can I. But I'm not going to dismiss somebody else's situation that's a victim of abuse. That's just crazy.
No, I didn't say that.
Would y'all jumped on with the smoke for you?
10 years.
But in her life, that's just how it played out, though. But I'm saying she's not the only one. That happens all the time.
It does.
That's why I said to better understand it, got to have an expert to discuss it for real.
I agree with that, but somebody gonna have to make that part make sense. Is that at this point? If you keep going back, is this something that you are asking for?
It says
is this something that you require?
Stockholm syndrome.
Okay, if you call it Stockholm syndrome, that's fine.
I call it.
If that's what you want to call it, I call it. Man, I'm with this rich guy.
No.
I call it, I'm finna go to coach in the morning and bust down some bird off bags.
Yeah, but what about women that's being abused by the Pookies and Ray Rays?
Right.
They ain't on nothing. They just in the hood chilling. Like, what about them?
What's
What
making
is
them
they benefiting from allowing this man to go outside their head and still live in an apartment with roaches or have 5 babies, or just he ain't about shit? Like, what's their benefit?
It's a lot. Well, Karag, I can't speak for you or Miss Tiffany, but maybe you all can speak for yourself. Y'all, we have all been in relationships that we probably should not have been in. No problem. The reasons why we stay in them will vary, and that's just going to be the case. But at that point, whatever the reason is, does not excuse that you are choosing to stay in this relationship. What if she got don't never trust a big butt and a smile, that girl. So she got a big butt, she fine, he got a long schlong, whatever the thing is. It's all kind of reason for people staying in positions where they shouldn't be. I'm saying even those reasons aside, there still gotta be, in my opinion, should be personal accountability as well for making that decision, and especially making it for 10 years.
I think that when they try to get help for themselves and they can finally leave, that's an example of them taking accountability for their life.
I agree.
I think that's the example, but the thing is, it may take them a little longer to make those steps than others.
That's fine. Even with that, is it still your response? I'm saying
that's taking accountability when you are trying to get away. But if you're trying to get away and you being beat before you can even get away, I mean, it's going to diffuse that desire to want to get away because you're for fear of violence.
Hold on 1 second.
Just like the slaves never ran with no gates, right? They could have ran. There was no gates, nothing around them. So what was keeping them there? All them damn lashes.
Stockholm.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Go ahead with y'all. Go ahead. You good?
Yeah, I made a comment. I know you put it on the screen, but I wanted to say, Karak, is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Karak.
Karak. Yeah, that was an excellent answer and explanation that was given earlier, and so that's why I asked what I asked, and you just now said something similar. But what I would add to what Thunder was just now saying is what I didn't hear being said is also when women or people, because you all say men and women are abused.
Right.
Yeah. When people are abused, what also kind of keeps them reluctant to leave or whatever is the assumption that if they were to tell someone or interact with someone, that they would get shamed, and a lot of that happens. And look at even the situation in the news now with Didddy and whatnot. These women will say something, and then they're made to look like they're crazy, or they're lying, or they're out to get a paycheck or whatever, if the person has deep pockets or whatever the case is. So there's not enough of a support system out there as well. I just saying that's just an added little checkbox that I didn't hear mentioned. But my question was, everything that you read about the Stockholm syndrome, and then I think Garfield, you had something up on the screen about that. It just made me think about the institution of slavery, back when it was prominent, and then leading up to today with the relationship between the so-called black and white people. Everyone will know that, okay, white people just whatever abused another group of people, but yet that group of people keep going back to them or interacting with them, and whatever the case is. So can that be a instance of a sort of Stockholm-ish type of stuff going on?
No,
that was my question,
man. That ain't. I don't know. I just think that's integration, bro. Now, if you're saying we should segregate, okay. So you're saying that you're drawing a comparison between Cassie segregating from Didddy and us segregating from white people. I just don't think that's. I don't think.
No, not a direct thing like that. It's not straightforward like that. I'm just saying
about the thought process that a lot of slaves had, and then they would actually marry or get with their oppressors, and the thought process that somebody like Cassie would have to keep going back 7 times or 10 years worth of abuse, and now want to delineate from that person, be like, I want to be free. But in the meantime, like they were that thought process to keep going back and dealing with that, keep going back, kind of like when not Rosa Parks, Moses, that they call her Little Moses. I don't know, I can't think right now. But when she was trying to free the slaves, she said a lot
Harriet
of them were,
Tubman?
thank you, Harriet Tubman. Sorry, I've been
Where
at
you
work
from?
all day. Harriet Tubman. How a lot more slaves would have been freed if they understood that they could be free, right? If their mental mentality would allow them to leave and free themselves. But their mental capacity was not there, right? They still had a slave mentality, so they stayed. So I think that's what he's trying to say.
And that's exactly right, because this is a psychological issue, and it's multi-layered, and I think that you all answered it really good earlier. Get the layers of how someone could wake up, because obviously to us or to someone on the outside it's like obvious, like why would you stay with an abusive whatever, but then if you let the person talk, they're going to make up a whole list of excuses, and it's going to be layered, and then ultimately hopefully it doesn't come to a fatal issue, but something will snap, and you just hope that it's not a fatal thing where somebody has to be killed or whatever, but something does snap.
Right.
And then when you look back hindsight, then all of a sudden it becomes clear. But while you're in it real time, like while you're going through those layers real time, it's really hard. It's a mental this is a whole mental, it's a psychological topic.
Right.
Psychology,
Yep. And not only that, when you get out of abusive relationships like that, typically you get right back into another one. So to keep it a buck, she could be right back in another form of abusive relationship. That's just what typically happens. That doesn't what always happens. And abuse does not have to be physical.
Yeah, she still ain't responsible.
Well, no. I'm saying psychologically, that's why people go to therapy.
I get it.
Right. So that's just how it goes. You get out of a relationship of abuse. Typically, you will end up in that other relationship if you don't have really time to heal and go to some good and have some good therapy.
Thunder, I think right now you're trying to be abused by the brother in the chat. I don't know what's going on with that, man. That was crazy.
Don't bring that.
No, I'm saying what y'all were talking about earlier. You had on the screen. That was crazy.
Can I read the definition of Stockholm syndrome? I'm sorry, don't.
We read it again. Okay, we can read it again. Let's do it.
Did I read it?
No.
Oh, okay.
We read it.
I did.
No. Oh, you said, you want to read it?
Yeah, it says people with Stockholm syndrome form a psychological connection with their captors and begin sympathizing with them. In addition to the original kidnapper hostage situation, Stockholm syndrome now includes other types of trauma in which there's a bond between the abuser and the person being abused. It's just that simple.
No, we agreed. Let's use your Stockholm. No problem. I'm saying, even with that, does she bear responsibility for this Stockholm syndrome that she got?
Not until I think you can bear responsibility once you're clear on what your issue is. Yeah, it's like, do you ask an alcoholic if they just can't stop drinking?
Bear any responsibility for this cirrhosis he about to get in the liver?
Right. Once he or she can admit that they have a problem, once that they can admit that they have a problem,
it's the liquor fault. You know who fault it is? It's the nigga who sold them the liquor.
But before that, they don't even realize they have a problem.
But wait, the same issue, it's not exactly the same, but it's the same principle under the issue of legal age, of responsibility, like the age of responsibility. 18 in the United States, you become an adult. 18 and then 21 is another trigger. So until you're these age, you're not held responsible for certain things. Like in the legal system, you're tried as an adult if you're over a certain age, unless it's a homicide or whatever. So all these things kind of permeate our society, but it's really it's the same principle underlines all this stuff. Because you're asking, at what point does a woman or a person become culpable. Yeah, a person become culpable for the abuse on the other side. You know, like putting up with it. Like at what point? That's what you're asking, Thunder, right?
I just know I just put myself in that position, and I just go through the scenario in my head, and I just don't see a scenario in which she would be married to a guy for 10 years that was abusive. I don't see it.
And that's fine.
It ain't.
But
It's not even something that she would have the ability to do.
It happens a lot.
No, I don't. I agree. It does. And that's
okay.
And my point is, does it happen? My point is, my brother Kyle was taken aback by me saying, man, she got to get up out of there, bro. If it was me, I'm not gonna let my daughter. I ain't finna be no R. Kelly calling my daughters and they saying, no, mama, I ain't finna go back. That's what happened.
Well, are you all familiar with I think there's Nature Boy?
Nature Boy bought his stupid behind over here to Decatur with that foolishness.
No, I'm saying that group, what was it? Carbonation.
Yeah,
Carbonation. And then there was a sister that was there, and their whole story was broadcast every day or whatever, however that went. And everybody was saying the same thing, kind of what you were saying, but the females in there, they weren't hearing it. It's a mental. I'm telling you, it's a psychological thing, because everybody was saying, as far as I remember, when all that stuff was going on. Do y'all remember that, or am I just
my brother? Wu Jawu, a alcoholic is addicted to alcohol not by way of body, at least not body alone, but by way of their mind, a coke addict, etc., etc. So even if it was something that they have some sort of emotional, mental thing going on, I still can't allow that to still be an excuse for drinking 5 gallons of E&J every day.
But until they own up to that they have a problem, they're never going to make a change.
Yeah, I just don't think it's not that easy though.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
It's definitely not like, because
you're a disease anyway. But go ahead.
Thunder, you're making it sound like you're making it sound like it's a little bit, because I know you said you put your sister in that situation. You like, man, I just don't see you saying you don't see your sister, whatever. But you do also acknowledge that it does happen a lot in society.
Of course it does.
So that's two different extremes. So you have to understand that it's not quite as easy as the picture seems like you're painting. It's
no, my brother. I'm not talking about ease. I'm not talking about none of that stuff. I'm saying my point was Kyle was taking it back because I said at some point she got to get up out of that relationship.
She did.
And but he's saying that he brought up Stockholm, same thing what Tiffany just did. And I'm saying, okay, fine. Let's just say she does have Stockholm syndrome. No problem. Is that a reason for her to stay in this abusive relationship for 10 years?
Yes, that's what it is.
But she did get out. I mean, she did get out, right?
She did get out. That's ultimately my point.
So,
but Tiffany came back with the people can leave for 7 times and come back 7 times, right? So it's like I'm getting shot at from everywhere I go. I'm getting shot at. So it's like
it's a reality on the ground that it happens, and we observe it. So in order to understand and explain it, we have to. It's a psychological discussion, point blank. We can't ignore it.
No, it is, but we still got to say, psychological or not, I got cirrhosis of the liver, bro. I'm about to die of stage 3 cancer, liver cancer.
Mm-hmm. And when you have a perverted mental capacity, then you are not able to make the proper decisions, be it life or death, because at that time, your pro of drinking that alcohol and basically like killing yourself outweighs your con of whatever it is you're dealing with in your life that is causing you to want to drink. So we have to look at all of those factors even when a person is being abused. So
yeah, I know firsthand. I know someone firsthand that was close to my family that passed from ultimately leading, from drinking, and it's real. Like
I just buried a cousin last year.
the process. It's a step by step process, and it's like trying to watch the second hand on the clock. And if you stare at it, it seems like time doesn't move. So it's an evolution of things that go on very slow in real time that you don't see it. And even if you try to tell somebody, the person or whatever, it's just not that easy. And
So
then
let's do that then.
ultimately,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, no, ultimately their vice and what they've did led up to them passing. And so you and then us left behind, we wonder, like,
and we gonna blame it on the liquor store.
Like, no, not on liquor. No, not on liquor store at all. I'm saying, but I'm saying you have to, like, we're thinking, like, man, at what point didn't it get to a point where a person could just stop? Like, don't they know it's dangerous? Don't they know this? And and that's how we're thinking, but we're not trying to examine the real time evolution of the mind, what the mind is going through, and all that psychological issues wrapped up in there in real time. It's a big thing to unpack, and I've had discussions about that, and it's not easy. It's a big discussion to have, and it's not even the same for everybody. So
I want to be in this. I was in a relationship with this chick, man, for over 10 years, bro. Right? And everybody asked me why I ain't married, all the other stuff, right? No problem. But a lot of things, my point is, I had to take full responsibility for my marital status. I can't blame that on somebody else. Same thing with alcoholism. I got cirrhosis of the liver. I can't blame. Now, I'm not talking about taking a shot. Okay, I took a shot. That was peer pressure. No problem, right? That happens. But, man, you drinking for 10, 15 years, a gallon of E&J? Bro, that's on. I mean, at a certain point, we can't keep blaming the liquor store, man. We got to blame the person consuming the liquor at a certain point.
Well,
what about if it's hereditary? What if it's hereditary and they really, really, really have a problem? And they really, really need a lot of help.
Or why is there a need to? I think blame may not be the right term, because ultimately, yeah, I'm saying ultimately nobody did it, the act, but them. Like in your case of drinking and stuff, like if nobody's putting a gun to somebody's head, all that talk. But
it's more like what's the cause, right? More
it's
the blame.
And I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think maybe blame is a defense, cause people's hair to stand up, and it's a real defensive. People get a defensive posture if you say blame.
I haven't said blame. I don't think I did, but if I did, that was a slip up. I'm talking about who do we hold culpable? I've said that word at least 30 times, so that was my. Yeah, well, so if I said blame, fine, but I meant. Yeah, I mean,
okay, well,
the responsibility lie. The responsibility can't keep lying on Puff Daddy at a certain point.
But in abusive relationships, the person being abused is never at fault for causing their own abuse.
Yeah, even legally, like
even legally, you wouldn't get
legally. That's not. She's not at fault for getting a behind.
So she's not to blame.
She's at fault for being in that presence, though, to get her behind whoop.
But in the process of that, there's mental things that are going on that we keep saying. There's a layered mental issue happening that needs to be addressed.
That's fine.
Look at kind of recently, Rihanna and Chris Brown. Yeah,
Rihanna got her behind out of there.
No, but she went back to him.
If she did, first, I don't remember.
She went back to him and even agreed to share him with what's the other, Karuchi or whatever, and that that whole.
I don't remember. But
but no, I'm just saying it had like and nobody could say it was about money with Rihanna's situation because she's like the top. She got deep pockets.
No, she wasn't deep at that point. But I get what you're saying. But
man,
I mean, even
she was
use
still
that as
deep
an example,
pockets.
bro. I don't think she went back myself. But even if she did go back, she still got
everybody
out.
knows that.
She went back.
Okay, fine. She still got out.
Right.
Yeah, but Cassie
take
got
10
out.
years to get out either.
But everybody's different. I mean, people
Everybody's different,
right?
But if Rihanna went back and she would have got her butt whooped again, and she would have been plastered all over. Everybody would have said, you shouldn't have went back. Everybody.
Of course, that's what people always say.
Thank you. You know that was
lie.
And that's an after the fact statement, and it wouldn't be a lie, but at the same time, you know, that's a given. Like everybody say that after the fact. It's hindsight. That's hindsight talk.
Everybody was taken aback when I said it. My sister wouldn't even been there to get abused.
You get a flat tire, like, oh, you shouldn't have drove the car. That's a hindsight.
No, not that. The flat tire will be you should not have. You see that tire is bald. We done told you that tire is bald, bro, for at least 5 weeks, and you keep on cranking that car up and leave. When that car get a flat tire and it's 10 degrees in New York, and you ain't got no car jack, and you got to stay out there, bro, that's on you, because we telling you. Go on down there to AutoZone to get that or whatever, get it changed out, bro. That's my point. So if people telling you, hey man, you need to leave, man, or stop drinking that alcohol, man, what you doing, bro? You gonna die.
Man, if that worked, the world would be a completely different place.
Well, I was just going to say this. I said, Thunder, you making it sound easy. Well, Thunder, you need to write a book.
Thunder to tell them, or uncle like Thunder to tell them.
And you already know grown people ain't listening to you tell them what to do.
Thunder, you need to write. You need to become less brown. Less brown. You need to become less brown.
Grown people.
Grown people.
I ain't talking.
Say it again.
I'm not about to listen to you.
Miss Tiffany.
You telling them what to do.
Miss Tiffany. Grown people what?
Inflammatory thing you about to say.
Miss Tiffany. Grown people what? You say?
Grown people ain't about to listen to you.
All right.
But grown people ain't the only people that get abused. So let's not even go there.
Well,
but I'm just saying, I'm making a statement. General.
I know you did, and your statement is correct. And
Thunder, you making it sound the way you
to agree with me. That's all I'm saying.
You in the wrong line of business. You need to become less brown and hold some webinars and seminars.
I don't think so, bro. I think that's just real.
Because the way you said it, you make it sound easy, boy. You make it sound easy.
Is mainstream.
Your tires bald. Go get it changed. Do it now. Do it.
That's mainstream. Everything I've said is mainstream. Period. Everything. The guy, she shouldn't have been there. If it were my sister, if it was my daughter, she ain't gonna be there. And we got examples of R. Kelly. We got examples of probably Cassie. We got examples probably all over the place.
We got examples right in our families.
Say it again.
We got examples in our own, you know.
Yeah, we got examples in our own family, right?
Or friends or
well, you try to tell people get out of a relationship, and I included me, bro. You been in a relationship for 10 years, ain't married. Y'all ain't trying to get married. She ain't moving yet. She ain't moving out. So there's a lot of things. Yeah, everybody. That's what I say. But I gotta hold myself accountable for that. I can't say, man, it's her fault. It's her fault. I'm waiting for 10 years for her to get. That's wild, bro.
But that light bulb of accountability doesn't light up until hindsight after the fact. Because when you're in real time in it, it's a psychological blur. It's a suppression of that. Like if you talk to any victim that's been victimized for over a long period of time, they will all say the same thing. It's not until a certain thing happens that is hindsight that they could say, oh man, I should have, woulda, coulda. But in the middle of it in real time, that's not happening. And that's what has to be teased out. It's something in there. It's a process. That's what therapy, psychologists, that's their job to do. They figure that out.
I guarantee the psychologist ain't gonna blame the victim, the victimizer, rather.
What?
What?
I don't know what he talking about.
Listen, that psychologist gonna say, "Hey, baby,
Yo, I think
Victim
we
is
need.
never blamed, yo.
I think we need a psychologist to deal with what
that's
Thunder
fine.
said tonight. We need to.
That's why I said it.
That's
Been
fine.
saying that all for the
Yo,
last.
Fontaine, you want to say something before I close out, bro?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, Thunder crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, I like what Thunder be saying sometimes, but with this one, I think he a little off. You can't like hold the victim accountable for mental and abuse and manipulation. Like you don't recognize when you're being manipulated all the time. You don't recognize when you're being abused all the time. I think it's like they said, once you recognize the abuse and you stay, and even then when you recognize it, you might not even know the way out. You could recognize you in a maze and still not know how to get out the maze. So
on that video,
it's
you think she realized she was getting beat?
Well, yeah, definitely. I think she realized she getting beat, but she doesn't necessarily know. Like she might still think in her head, this person love me and don't know how to love me, or he just need to. It's different excuses you make for the abuse because you don't realize, mentally what you're doing. It's like when you say, I wouldn't let my sister be there. Well, you can only control what they can do so much. You would have to physically kidnap and hold your sister hostage to stop her from being where she want to be.
There's ways to get around. I can report her to the police. I can call this.
Can the police stop your sister from going over somebody's house they want to go to, or will they tell you, well, if she want to go there, we can't stop her?
No, I agree with that part, but I do say I can try to take away that man's freedom to the point where he won't even have no house.
Hey, before y'all say something, I thought about when I was watching that clip of the video, right?
Yeah.
The dude said Wisdom Show said Cassie was trying to leave the hotel. If you notice something, he ran out with a towel around him. So maybe he was in the shower,
right?
Got out, and she was trying to leave.
Yeah,
that's what happened. She was trying to leave. She didn't want to be in that mud.
We agree. Everybody agree with that.
It's a couple times that she said that she tried to leave.
Yeah, 100%. But that's one time out of 10 years.
Now there was a couple times. If you
okay,
go back
2 times
the lawsuit,
that's what we know.
10 times out of 10 years.
The point
that
is,
we know of.
This happens all the time with victims of abuse.
We agree, and that don't make it right, and that don't make it. That don't change my stance.
But the feds leaked that video though. They definitely leaked that on purpose.
Yeah, you got to. You got to sway public opinion.
And all I know,
gosh,
Garfield, before you close off, and I gotta go. Y'all people need to talk about abuse. Y'all need to stop abusing the Black Egypt. Okay, stop doing that.
Hey, before you go, man, before you go, with y'all, talk about that slide you got up right.
Let's talk about that woman you got up there that keeps saying that Egyptians ain't had that Kim ain't had to do with.
You talking about MK
people?
Okay,
and I told you to your face, yes, it does, and you argue me up and down.
All right, hold on. Thunder, time out. Before we even go there, hold on a second, with y'all.
Go ahead.
Miss Tiffany, say your last words before him and
shout out to Miss Tiffany. Hey, y'all get her tea. It is great.
No. Let me do my own thing if I want to do that. Thank you, Thunder. But thank you for having me. And always. It was cool. I'm glad we got to have a discussion, and I look forward to you bringing that expert on.
Yes.
I appreciate what you said, Miss Tiffany.
Thank you.
It's always
in fact, Miss Tiffany, when I was a social worker, the reason why I actually brought those slides out, I was supposed to do a presentation a couple years ago on this guy's channel regarding abuse. I'm actually very familiar with the topic, but I mean, I haven't dealt with it for years, but it's a everybody has been abused. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Everybody has been abused some way, somehow.
Right.
Not everybody is getting sexually abused. Not everybody is getting beat down to the ground. But there's been some sort of abuse in our lives, whether we witnessed it or we are part of it. I mean, that's what it is.
That's
all right. But Miss Tiffany, as usual, as always, man, I appreciate your presence anytime. You always bring wisdom.
Always.
Thank you for having me.
She's the Ayanna Van Zandt of the community. Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm. And what's the sister's name?
Sister Tariq.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming up.
You too. I was like, hold on, they're not gonna get on my face.
So it's like a girl power type of thing. They coming for you, Thunder. They always coming for Thunder,
Look,
man.
you can't keep a Black woman down.
Oh man.
Oh, here
I
we
was talking
go.
that black Egypt talk, that black woman talk. Oh
Here we
man.
go.
Black Hebrew talk. All right.
But I would,
Black Hebrews. That's right.
Yeah.
Black Hebrew power, man. My brother,
Sean P still
Wuja.
trolling. Go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead,
Sean
Wuja.
off the chain. Hey, Wuja, let me ask you a question. Is Kemet a toponym?
There is a word Kemet toponym.
All right, good. So, Wuja, does Kemet describe the people of Egypt?
No, it does not.
All right, good. So when we okay, no problem. We heard you. We heard what you said. We'll get well, we already got somebody that we respect. You know,
I'm sorry, Motif.
We already got something now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about who it is. Don't worry about who it is. But we got somebody who disagree with you. And we'll just table this. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it going and we'll see what's going on. But I tried to help you out, and you argued me up and down for about a good hour the other day. And
you know, it's an easy fix if you let me.
Nah, you can't fix
something.
this, my brother. Ain't no way you gonna get out of this. But you could do.
Because I saw the video.
Do your abracadabra. You could do the Brooklyn magic, right? No problem. But you're not going to get out of them folk calling.
I'm from DC.
Being called themselves Kemet. You ain't gonna get out of that, and we'll find out. Go ahead.
Okay, so no, I did see the video, man, and I didn't even know you were live, Garfield, yesterday. I would have definitely enjoyed to come on there. I didn't even know, but I did watch the video last night, some of it, and it was really good. The points, everybody's making their points and things, but Thunder, I heard what you said as well.
I know you did.
So here's the thing, just to straighten it out, because it is not rocket science. Doesn't have to be dragged out.
Hold on, go ahead.
So here's the thing. There are, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, so excuse me if you are, because I don't want to make it sound like, whatever. But there are a lot of words in the Egyptian language that are spelled the exact same way, and we pronounce them the exact same way. For instance, Kim. When we say Kim, there are many different words that
I saw your video
are spelled with KM.
We saw
so
your
now,
video.
Wait. I'm going step by step real quick. I'm gonna be fast. The same for Kemet. Just adding a K and an M and then a T on there. So what you need to know is that at all times when I talk about Kemet and this whole discussion and everything, I am talking about the Kemet that is the toponym or the place name, the name of the kingdom. All right, just so you know.
Well, what Kemet I'm talking about?
Based on what I heard you say, you're talking about something else, because you said you accused me of saying that Kemet is a toponym, as if Kemet is only a toponym.
Oh, good job. Good job, Wuja.
So no, that's what you said. Well, you said good job. So that means I'm reporting what you're saying correctly, right?
No, you are, but I'm reporting what you reported the last.
Let him finish. Thunder.
Yeah. So I'm repeating what you accused me of. So
what you told me last week. But go ahead.
No, I never told you, and you will not find this on any video, any audio ever. I challenge you to ever find it, and nobody should hold their breath, because you won't. I've never said that the word Kemet is only a toponym. But the way you're arguing, you're saying, you're talking as if I said that Kemet is only a toponym. Because wait a minute, wait, let me finish.
Garfield,
because
you got the video up?
Which video?
From last week? You got from last Tuesday?
It's still up.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead. You can
okay, yeah. Find that, and then we can have a discussion in the future. But I've never said that, and I wouldn't say it because it's just not true. It's just something that's just crazy. There is a toponym Kemet, and that's the word that I'm talking about, which is the name of the kingdom, Kemet. All right. There are a lot of words, Kim, and if it's ever has to be used in agreement or what we call concordance as an adjective on a feminine substantive, then you have to add a feminine ending on the adjective, converting Kim to Kemet when you're trying to describe something as the color black. But that has nothing to do with the toponym, the name of the kingdom, which is what my subject matter is and topic has always been. So unless you're talking about something different, then you really don't disagree. It's like you want to disagree for no reason. But go ahead.
Hey, what you arguing about last week about a good hour? What you arguing me about?
You said a good hour. I don't know about a good hour, but all I know is if you think that the place name Kemet is talking about the skin color of people, then you're just like a flat earther. You're just absolutely wrong.
Hey, Wu Ja, what you arguing with me about last week for a good hour?
What I just said. I think you believe that the place name Kemet, the name of the kingdom in ancient times, has to do with the skin color of the people. I think that's what you believe, and I'm telling you you're wrong, and that's probably what we were arguing back and forth with.
Okay. We'll play it next week. We'll play it next week. What I said.
Right, and because we you mentioned that I'm going against the greats, I'm going against Diop, I'm going against Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and everything. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you an audio, Garfield. Maybe you could play.
You could do that. Go ahead.
Of Dr. Clark telling everybody to drop this black thing and move on to other things, which is exactly what I'm saying. But Thunder accused me of being against these great guys. But
you did.
But I hope you can at least see the picture I have as my avatar right now, and acknowledge that a bit. Like, hopefully you can see that.
I saw your video and you're making a compelling argument. I'm not arguing against your argument. I'm arguing against what I said. I said,
what you say?
Kemet was referred to them people over there.
And I say,
you told me it wasn't.
It doesn't.
It was
right, it doesn't.
So when we saw
wait, what Kemet are you when you make that make that claim, what Kemet are you talking about?
When we saw Kemet and we saw equal Egyptians on Assad's video, that go against what you said. Whoever that young lady you had on your show, that go against. I said it would talk about them people over there, and you said it was a topic.
And it still doesn't.
Okay, fine. That dictionary don't agree with you. So if you want to argue with that,
wait, if you're hold up. If you're going by what Assar showed, the only thing Assar showed was the difference between the older dictionary from the early 1950s that said Kemet equals Egyptians, to the updated dictionary from 1995 that has the same entry where it says that it's the people of Athribis. That was the point and why Assar showed that slide.
That's fine.
That's what you're talking about. And if Garfield said your video's still up, just watch it.
Okay.
So you're wrong. So it's not talking about the Egyptians. It's talking about the inhabitants of the 10th nome that's called Athribis.
Where Athribis at?
Hidi Ib.
Where that's at?
The 10th nome. It's in the 10th nome.
Where is that?
I mean, unless I show you on the map, I can show you on the map. But
okay,
if I had to tell you, just
show
okay,
me where the 10th nome
just imagine the delta, the triangle shape.
I don't know where the delta at. Where is that?
Oh, come on. You don't know where the
delta at, man. Tell me where the delta
at. You
Hey, Garfield, put my picture up. Put my picture up big.
Right?
Put
where
my
them people at?
Put my thing up big if you don't mind.
Ja was setting you up for failure, bro. Don't
where
do
them
it.
people where are Athribis at?
Don't do it, bro.
It's over here in South America. Where is
don't
that?
do. Hey, by the way, Ujao, hold on. Before you go, with your slide that you have up, the red as an adjective or desure. What are the Egyptians telling us by using this paint?
Well, the Egyptians chose. I mean, the point that I raised with this is people are just outright lying to everybody else, misinforming people that the Egyptian skin color is the inspiration for the name of their kingdom. And I'm showing here that at all times throughout all of Egypt's history, if you look at all Egyptian artwork, 99% of all Egyptian artwork, when they wanted to paint the adult Egyptian men, including the kings and regular workmen and whatnot, they used the pigment that they called dasher. So if their whole intent was and focus was on their skin color and their skin color being black, as far as their word Kim, and that was the inspiration to name their country, then why in the world would they paint and represent themselves to the world visually as red?
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna make that into a short. Hey, the second thing I'm gonna ask you, then you and Thunder could go back and forth. When you have Pepe and the black, right, as they translate it, and you have, I think there's about 8 examples of this term being used, the black. Are all the terms being used to differentiate the people from their cousins, their brothers, or what? Have you looked at all the examples that people are that's floating around?
Yeah, scholars are not even in agreement. Like, they're not even fighting over it, but they're not sure as far as the appendage of the word Kim on these titles. Some of them are saying they're part of epithets. They could be part of the fact that these people were had a prominent position in certain areas that dealt with cattle or whatever the case is. And it was used to differentiate a person with a similar name. So you have Happy Kim and you have Happy Dasher. And it wasn't about their skin color. It was an ontological or taxonomic thing where they use colors to distinguish, and that was it. So that and I showed the tomb of Pepe Kim. I showed like a bunch of pictures of the tomb. So they definitely wasn't trying to tell people that this man was black at all. And that would, like, I mean, look at the logic of it. If the Egyptians were so black that their blackness inspired the name of their entire country, then why would they feel the need to point out a single man as being black? If all of them were black, like that would make no sense. That's like being in a room full of men and somebody singles me out and say, "You're a man." It's like, duh. All of us are men. So if the Egyptians are all black, so much so that that the country name got inspired by that, then why would they point out only in the 6th dynasty a list of a few people that are they're black? What are they trying to say? Everybody's black, but you blue black. I mean, come on. All of it's ridiculous. It's just not in alignment with the reality. And that's why I say these blackologists have gone too far.
That's a good
They've gone too far.
Hey, well,
but I'm gonna show you a Thribis real quick.
Okay, good. Appreciate
you can see the screen. All right, so right here, number 10. Can you see? If you can see my cursor, then right there, smack dab at the apex of the delta, that's Nome 10, and that's where Hut Heri-Ib, which became pronounced as Ethribis in Greek and Coptic. You see it? It's right here.
Good. What country that's in?
It's in Egypt.
Okay. Appreciate it.
It's in Egypt.
So they weren't talking about Egypt. They're just talking about the people of Egypt.
No, they're talking about the people of this area. Remember, Egypt, what we call Egypt today, wasn't even called Kemet until the 11th dynasty. Prior to the 11th dynasty, there was a place called Kemet within what we now know as Kemet. So the 10th nome was known as Kemet prior to the whole country being called Kemet. The whole kingdom being called.
What did it mean when it was called, the nome was called Kemet? What did it mean for that nome?
For that particular, it was known as Kemet Weret or Kim Where.
Where was that at? That's in Egypt too?
10.
That's the 10th nome. That's the same nome we're talking about.
Why are you being annoying today, yo?
That's Kemet. Okay, you saying that, but that's in Egypt, right?
Yes, it is the 10th nome.
Okay, all right.
It's the 10th nome.
I appreciate
it. But I want you to follow.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
But I'm saying I'm not sure if you follow what I'm saying though.
I just follow everything you said.
Okay,
the people
but I'm saying I need to know that. Like I know you heard me, but I want to make sure you understand.
Of Athribis that you said that Kemet meant over here in 1995. They were talking about the people in Egypt, right?
They were talking about the people in the 10th known. They were talking about people in the 10th known.
Yeah, but that in the 10th known was located in Egypt, right?
Yeah, it's located in Egypt.
So,
yeah.
So the people of Georgia, so the people are here in Atlanta, Georgia, they are Americans, I think. They located in America.
Yeah, they're in America. Yeah.
So if they call Georgia Americans, that would be grammatically correct, right?
But what I'm saying, see, this I know you don't understand now. So let me
If we talk about the people of Athribus,
no, let me
is that synonymous with Egyptians?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So,
good.
and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yep.
So in the pyramid text, which is way before the 11th dynasty, okay, in the pyramid text, it makes reference to Kemetiu. And the word Kemetiu means those of Kemet. But that particular Kemet at that time in the pyramid text is not talking about what later in the 11th dynasty became the name of the entire kingdom. It was simply talking about the locality that we know as the 10th nome, that was Kemet Weret. Kemet Weret or Kemwer has been shortened to Kemet. It's all attested as Kemet. It's attested as Kemet Weret. It's attested as Kakim. It's attested as Kemwer, etc.
All these places in Egypt.
No, it's the same place. It's not all these places. That's why I want you to follow me. It's the same place. It's different names for the same place.
Oh.
This particular place on this map right now is right here, the 10th nome. Okay.
Same
now,
place.
Yes. So when the early dictionaries said that word Kemet or Kemetiu, and they put Egyptians there, that was an error that was later corrected in a later dictionary who has it correctly, and it says the people of Athribis, which is right here. That's the limit. That's the limit to what it was talking about.
Which is located where?
The arrow, brother. I kept my arrow right
here.
The
arrow is located where?
Right here in the middle of the screen.
In the middle, and where's in the middle of the screen right there? Where that's at?
That's in Egypt, bro.
Okay.
That's you asking me what country? Yeah, that's in Tawi, brother.
So the people of Egypt, you say?
No, the people of Athribis. See, that's what I'm saying. Now you're doing this on purpose.
I'm not doing nothing on purpose. You doing this on purpose. At this point,
now you're doing this on purpose.
They say Egyptians. You say people of Athribis, which is in Egypt.
No, that's not me. No, brother, that's not. Listen. I just told you.
That's bad.
The dictionary. See,
I got the dictionary. You said dictionary wrong, and you right. Okay, fine. Right? No.
Wait. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Wait 1 second.
You right. The dictionary wrong.
No, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Dictionary. So I'm gonna slow it down for you. And I think you playing, and I don't mind. We can have fun. We can have fun a little bit.
You playing?
So listen.
You're trying to tell me that the people of Athribis was not located in Egypt. If that's what you're trying to tell me, then you're playing. But go ahead.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
There's a dictionary, the Ermengrappa Waterbuck Dictionary.
It is wrong.
They had yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
A later Waterbuck Dictionary in 1995 that you're talking about, the Asar Imhotep slide. He showed the dictionary page. I could show it now, but it'd take me a time to pull up my slides and stuff like that. So I'm gonna explain it to you. In 1995, there's a publication of a new dictionary, and they corrected the previous dictionary with that entry. It says the same word, but they now said correctly the people of Athribis.
Okay.
All right. So it's not what Bujal was saying or any of that. So I'm not gonna let you do that to me. So that's where we are with that.
We'll see
now I'm explaining it to you. I'm explaining to you why they corrected it. And what I'm saying is that in the pyramid text, there's a mention of a Kemet in the form of Kemetiu, talking about those of Kemet. But the question is, what Kemet is that? Because the country wasn't called Kemet during the pyramid times, during the pyramid text. So what Kemet was that? It was only talking about the 10th nome called Kemet Weret. And it's attested shortened to Kemet. That is the Kemet it's talking about. Then later, much later, in the 11th dynasty, the name of the kingdom became known as Kemet and Tameri. Those two naming conventions emerged around the 11th dynasty.
Right. So 11th dynasty, the people of Athrebas, they were known as what?
They were still known as the people of Athrebas, the Kemetiu.
Okay.
And they were also called now here
they were also called Egyptians.
Say it again.
They was also called Egyptians.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Egyptians, like, because see that's what I'm saying. I don't like I know you. I don't think you're really following, and I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Keep going.
I'm just trying to lay out the facts, and then let it fall where they fall. So I told you that the kingdom of Egypt, the kingdom of what we call Egypt today, was called Kemet at the 11th dynasty forward. Prior to that, it was not called that. All right.
Right.
The Kemet that's attested in these texts is talking about the 10th nome. And I'm pointing to it on the screen, and you can see it over here on the right-hand side, the 10th nome, Kemware. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's where it is. Now, what's so special about this particular nome, or was its capital and main temple, Hut Heri Ib, which is the temple that's upon the heart. And it goes back to the story about Usir's body parts being buried. That's where the story says Usir's heart was buried. So this temple was erected in relationship to that. That's why it's Hut Heri Ib, the palace or temple upon the heart. All right. That was buried there. And so anytime you have a major temple, you have the metropolis that surrounds it. It becomes the name of what's called a sapat, or what we call today a nome. And all these sapats, so there's 42 sapats or 42 nomes that everybody knows about. The 10th one of Tamehu, or Lower Egypt, is called Kemet Weret. Shortened form, Kemet. That's what that's about. So when the pyramid text mentions that and is talking about that in the context, it is talking about the people there, not all Egyptians or anything like that. All right.
Okay.
So
we'll see you next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
He ain't asking the right question.
We'll see you.
I know. Hey, Godfrey, you asked me the right question.
We'll see you next week.
What's the question that you
after the 12th dynasty, right? Mm-hmm. And they use the term Kemet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. When did it move from the 10th nome to become all of Kemet all the time?
I'm sorry, say it again.
All right, we know it's the 10th nome. It was known as Kemet Weret, right?
Yeah, yep.
So when did that end? Did it end at the 11th dynasty, the 12th dynasty? When did that end?
No, it didn't. It was still known. It was that nome name by Kemet Weret was known by that name all throughout Egypt's history to the Ptolemaic era. Because Athribis, even the deity Heru Kenti Kati is a falcon headed deity, also a crocodile deity, took many forms. That deity is mentioned in the Menedet Habu, the Temple of Edfu, all that stuff, even in the late period. So that never stopped. Just so you know, that never stopped.
That reminds me of Wida in Benin, because they had a Wida town, which is what they have today, and they had Wida the kingdom. So people's like, why the town? This is why it's so confusing arguing the Israelites about it, because it had two towns with it had a town with the name of the kingdom, you know. So just like how Kemet got that nome with the name Kemet, it's confusing. But I'm gonna leave it there, man. Hey, Thunder, you good? Are you researching? You trying to come at Ojawa, or you give up tonight? You give up tonight?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll
see him next week.
He's gonna see me next week. Yeah. Just make sure. Just make sure you don't misconstrue my arguments.
Nah, you're good. You ain't got anything to say no more, bro. We got you. We already finna line you up. We got you. You good?
Okay. And if And if you soundbite me and clip me, make sure you get some
Listen, my
context.
brother, we good. We good over here. We got you.
All right.
We good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you too. We
good. Chef say, what is a gnome?
He says, what is a gnome?
We're not paying Chef no mind tonight. He trolling. Don't pay him no mind. All right. Hey, thanks for the slides, by the way. I stole all your slides you did on my show. I stole all of them with y'all, just to let you know. Stole all of them.
That's and
good. You have a great idea too when you talk about chronologically documenting the Egyptians and their images. I did talk to Asar about doing something about the chronology as far as every dynasty we could do something. But that's a very good idea that you had.
Yeah, no, if you do it, listen, man. Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna. Yeah, just do it. I have like about almost a terabyte of images.
Come on the panel, Chef.
Oh, and, we need that. We need that work. We need that work.
I have a lot of images, and even for a quick slideshow when I went live, I'm just trying to pull one from each dynasty just to show people the consistency of this red pigment that they're using to display themselves. But everybody else is trying to mojo people and say that all the inspiration was the color black because of the black bull. But I want everybody to notice that I have a cow or herd or cattle. They say the divine black cattle and the cattle herd and whatnot.
Well, that's a divine red cattle.
it's and that's what they use. That's what they tell you they use. They use the same colors. So all this colorism and people looking at stuff and want to do that, it doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Bottom line.
No gloves here. No gloves. Thunder, you ain't got no gloves.
Hey, let me answer Sheffrin's question though, because that's something simple, and he may be
trolling. He know what a gnome is. He knows.
He said I'm not trolling. No, but listen, a gnome. No, because it's important though. I do want to answer what is a gnome. A gnome. Everyone should know that what we're calling a gnome is from the Greeks. You know, they called what the Egyptians called a sapat, a gnome. So if we go back to what the Egyptians called it, it's called a sapat, right? And a sapat. Hold on, let me just switch my that other picture back. Let me put that other picture back real quick. Where is it? Okay, just real quick. If I'm gonna have to blow this up because you can't see it good. So let me scoot this over and blow this bad boy up if I can. All right. Hold up. Oh, here's the edge. I'm like, look, where's the edge at? All right. So I'm trying to blow it up. Hope it don't get blurry. Okay, so real quick. All right, so here on the right-hand side is a list of the gnomes of Lower Egypt, as it says. Like I said, gnomes is from a Greek word. But the Egyptians use the word sapat. So this glyph that you see at the base of these standards for each gnome is the actual glyph for the word sapat. All right. And what a sapat is, what the glyph actually is irrigated land. It's just a crosshairs or crisscrossing of an irrigation channel. The N23 glyph represents the same thing. It represents irrigated land, and it's talking about land that has access to water. And so each sapat stands for a place where people congregated or lived, where people would consolidate and live, like a metropolis or whatever the case is. And so people gathered where they had access to water. It's like a survival thing. You're gonna live near some water. You're not gonna live out there in the desert where there's no water or whatever. So each of the 42 sapats are riparian zones or part of the larger riparian zone. So that's where everybody lived. Most of the citizens in ancient Egypt and even to modern day Egypt right now, they live within the zones where they have access to water. And ancient Egyptians would have called those areas of consolidations of people sapats. And in the sapat is usually a main temple complex. For example, Mennefer had a temple called Hutka Ptah. That was the major, most popular temple there. And the Greeks took that and they expanded that just like we do. They take the local name, expand it for a name of a larger region. So the Greeks used that and came up with Aegyptos.
Hey,
Yes, and that's where we get Egypt from.
Wuja, 1 second. I gotta go. I gotta make a phone call, but I gotta drop off Garfield. I'll holler at you next week. Wuja.
Cool. I'm gonna end the show anyway. Hey, peace and love to you, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Sunday, if you have time Sunday, man, I'll be definitely going live Sunday.
Okay, yeah. I wish I'd have known you going live
Friday.
that day.
Friday,
that was a good conversation.
What am I doing Friday? Friday, I got the Greek scholars coming on. So that's what I got Friday. All right. But peace and love to you, man. I appreciate you, bro.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Peace and love to y'all, man. We out of here. We did almost 4 hours. All right. Peace.